garbage piece for a reason. Listen.
They're definitely violating human rights, Scott.
Well, I disagree with you.
Okay, well.
Well, look, Scott, she had a specific example. Sounds like you were unfamiliar with it.
I'm not aware of her example. Here's what I know.
Okay, so
under Joe Biden, they didn't enforce federal immigration law. Now we do. We're having hundreds of thousands of interactions.
My point is that
things will happen, but she said they are not training them. She said they're not training.
Do you think that trained
She was saying a specific example, and you said it was false.
She said, quote, they're not training them.
You just acknowledged that you don't know what she was referring to.
I don't know.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. You're neutral to it. And you can hear it repeatedly without feeling anything. But when we introduce a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural or inborn response from you. Save the food, because 40% of all food in the US never gets eaten. Save the food. Cook it, store it, share it. Just don't waste it. For tips and recipes, visit Save. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.
Swantee's of Bullhead City is fall deals for you. Get a 2024 Dodge Hornet 72 months at 0 APR or 84 months at 2.9 APR. Or $14,758 off of MSRP. Swantee also has great deals on pickups, SUVs, and other vehicles. Swantee's will buy your car, any make or model, offering top dollar with less than 70,000 miles, no older than 7 years. Swantee's of Bullhead City, 2494 Highway 95 in Bullhead City.
KTOX and K281CR needles.
If you are just turning on your radios,
this is K-Talks.
Bring you up to date on the news.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. 2 high-profile NBA figures are among some 30 others who face charges of sports betting and involvement with organized crime. Correspondent Ed Donahue reports.
Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier are among those charged with schemes involving illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia. FBI Director Kash Patel says more than 30 people are facing charges.
The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling.
2 indictments. Billups is charged in a wide-ranging scheme to rig underground poker games backed by mafia families. New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says Rozier is accused in an illegal sports betting scheme using private insider NBA information. I'm Ed Donahue.
The Senate on Thursday rejected dual partisan bills to pay federal workers during the government shutdown, with both Republicans and Democrats deflecting blame as many employees are set to miss their first full pay week. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the government shutdown may affect flights being canceled.
Reiterate, we are all about safety, and we will make sure we work every day on that part of our job. But again, I can't guarantee you that your flight's going to be on time. I can't guarantee you that your flight's not going to be canceled. It's going to depend on our air traffic controllers coming in to work every single day.
The government shutdown is in its 4th week. Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda says Russian military planes violated Lithuania's airspace on Thursday evening. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 144 points, the Nasdaq rose 201, the S&P advanced 39. More at townhall.com.
We are truly living in a historic time. After 738 days, the 20 living Israeli hostages have been released from captivity, and those who were killed will finally rest in peace beneath Israel's soil. Praise God for that. Hi, it's Chris Stigall, and in this time of celebration, our good friends at the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews send their deepest gratitude for your prayers and unwavering support. You know, thanks to you, the fellowship has provided $300 million in emergency aid since October 7th. That includes millions in direct support for the hostages and their families. Of course, the road ahead is still a long. Much needs to be done to restore and revive the people of Israel. That's exactly what the fellowship does. For example, they're assisting returned hostages along with their families and friends with immediate medical, psychological, and financial support. They're also providing mental health care for Israelis of all ages. If you'd like to help, visit ifcj.org.
Swantee's of Bullhead City is fall deals for you. Get a 2024 Dodge Hornet 72 months at 0 APR or 84 months at 2.9 APR. Or $14,758 off of MSRP. Swantee also has great deals on pickups, SUVs, and other vehicles. Swantee's will buy your car, any make or model, offering top dollar with less than 70,000 miles, no older than 7 years. Swantee's of Bullhead City, 2494 Highway 95 in Bullhead City.
Here's one for the men. If you plan on having children in the near future, you might want to look at how the food you eat impacts your fertility. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht, back after this to bring new life to your diet.
Why are most email programs free? Companies use them as bait to lure people into their system so they can scan their data and sell them to advertisers. It's like a hotel giving out free rooms so they can film people sleeping and then sell the video. You'd never agree to that. StartMail restores your privacy. No one but you sees your sensitive data, and it costs less than a postage stamp a week. StartMail.com. It's email you can trust.
If you're a guy and you like to chow down on junk food like fast food burgers, instant ramen, chips, candy, and soda, you could be lowering your chances of conceiving. You see, men who regularly eat ultra-processed meals not only have poorer health overall, they also have decreased levels of something called follicle-stimulating hormone, and that's important because it's directly connected to sperm production. So if being called daddy is one of your future goals, you should probably think twice before grabbing a meal at the nearest drive-thru. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht for StartMail.com, the private email alternative that I helped to create.
Route 66 Broadband is locally owned and operated company with a local attitude. What that means to you is better service. With internet service and digital TV in Needles, Golden Valley, Mojave Valley, and Golden Shore. Call Needles at 760-326-4190 and Golden Valley at 928-565-4190. Be sure to check out the website at Route66Broadband.com. It's all about reliable high-speed service and much more.
From the K-Talks AM 1340 and 92.9 FM Weather Center, I'm Charles Dixon. Clear sky and 82 degrees on Route 66 in Needles, and good afternoon to listeners in Oatman. Currently clear sky and 73 degrees for you. Getting down to 60 overnight tonight, Friday's high will be in the upper 80s, sky is clear. Temperatures in the upper 80s on Saturday. That's your K-Talks Tri-State weather. Brought to you by Route 66 Broadband.
This is K-Talks.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my music computer, but oh well, maybe that it's not going to work today. I don't know What's going on? I don't. So, anyway, this is the afternoon drive-by on KTOX 1340 AM 92.9 FM, Needles, California. I'm Michael Hagwood. I'm here for 3 hours on this radio/streaming podcast, streaming on Rumble, rumble.com. Please hit the follow button. Please hit the subscribe button, because that is very important at this time to me and the show. Streaming on YouTube. This is the second day. Yesterday, my video was blocked because of music, so I don't know what I'm going to do. It's copyright infringement. I can't do that. YouTube is very strict about that. 855-586-9134. 855-586-9134 is the number to call. And let's see. I'm trying to find my... Oh, there it is. Okay. We have some breaking news. And this is Thursday, Thirsty Thursday. As usual, there's plenty of things going on. In the second hour, we'll have Nick Alias on the show. Great interview yesterday with Mr. Elliott on AI. Actually have two more next week, two more interviews next week. Let's see. I want to get this right. I wrote it down somewhere. So I guess I'll find that during the break, because I don't want to slow things down. Thought I could find it. I know one of them is someone who actually is pretty close with the current Pope, believe it or not. He wrote a book, and we're going to talk to him. But the Senate Democrats reject funding for essential government workers, including air traffic controllers and military. Okay, this is from a right-wing site. So obviously they're going to blame the Democrats, which at this point I don't really trust either side. I mean, it's what we hear is the Democrats want free health care for all illegal aliens. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. And they'll use anything to, seems like to invoke division in the country. It looks like that's what they want to do. Because I think the FDA came out a few days ago and said that by November 1st, if the government isn't opened up, that the SNAP program may very well not have any funds to put on the EBT cards, and that is going to cause you talk about uprising. You haven't seen nothing. Probably worse than 2020, I would say. Democrats weren't lying when they said they won't end the Schumer shutdown until planes are falling out of the sky. I mean, that's probably not a good thing to say. Probably not. Come on. Today is day 23 of the Schumer shutdown. I keep saying Schumer shutdown. Began on October 1st, and the Senate has voted 12 times and failed 12 times to reopen the government because Democrats want to give illegal aliens health care instead of working with Republicans to responsibly extend funding until November. the Democrats chose a shutdown. The House has been out of session for a month. On Thursday, Senate, so they're on vacation. On Thursday, Senate Democrats rejected funding for essential government workers, including air traffic controllers, TSA, and military. I think Trump already said he's moving some money around to pay the military, I think. 60 votes were needed to invoke cloture to advance the bill. 3 Democrats voted with the Republicans. Wow. Warnock, Raphael the Warlock Warnock, John Kiss My Ass Off, or Work My Ass Off. Both of these guys are from Georgia. They won special elections, I think, in 2022 or 3. I can't remember. And John Fetterman, who is more and more looking like a dino. A dino. Democrat in name only. Democrats blocked a Republican-led attempt to provide essential government workers with paychecks amid an ongoing 23-day shutdown, calling the bill overly selective and incomplete. Overly selective and incomplete. That bill, proposed by Ron Johnson from Wisconsin and Todd Young from Indiana, failed in a 54-45 vote, where 60 votes were needed to advance the bill over the threat of a filibuster. So I guess the Republicans are going to need 6 more Democrats to come aboard. Hello, you're on there.
Hi, Mike. This is Kenny.
Hey, Kenny, what's going on?
Yesterday, the discussion about SNAP and food stamps, whatnot. I tried to get in, but the half-hour discussion that took place concerning that, nobody got it right.
All right, go ahead.
First, you have to know where the funding comes from. Do you know where the funding comes from for that program?
From the SNAP program?
Yeah, food stamps, SNAP, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, no, where?
Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, right. Okay, Department of Agriculture. All right.
The reason is it was to help the farmers. It was a subsidy to help farmers. That was the whole reason for doing it. Then the fact that people got helped in the meantime wasn't the scope of the project. The scope of the project was to help the farmers, and that got the farmers on their side so that farmers would vote with whoever passed that program.
So is that the Department of Ag, is that under the FDA, or is that totally different?
I'm pretty sure it's a standalone department, but who knows?
So, so they're not being funded during this shutdown. That's why there's no SNAP benefits.
Right, they're not putting out subsidies for the farmers at this time. That's what that program is.
No, but yeah, subsidies for the farmers are separate from SNAP.
No, it's not. It's exactly the same thing. That's the reason SNAP exists, is to subsidize the farmers.
Oh, okay, so that's how they do it. All right. It looks like this is 23rd. This is the 23rd day of the shutdown, and I think the liberals want. I think they want it to go past November 1st, so they can have a riot. They need something. I think that's what they want.
Well, what motivates a Democrat doesn't interest me, because nothing that motivates them is on the square.
Yeah, we pretty much know that. Thanks, Kenny. And I'm sorry, I call it a uniparty. I don't see, people that call themselves Republicans in Washington or anywhere else in government are any better as far as doing things for the American people. I just don't see it. So there you go. For fiscal year 2026 and any fiscal year thereafter, there are appropriated such sums as are necessary to provide standard rates of pay, allowances, pay differentials, benefits, and other payments on a regular basis to expected employees, bill reads. Democrats aren't even hiding their contempt for the American people anymore. As I said, they're both like that. House Minority Whip Catherine Clark said the quiet part out loud on the shutdown during an interview with Fox News Congress reporter Chad Pegram. Well, you want to hear what she said?
I mean, the shutdowns are terrible.
Okay, so this is so I have a problem here.
You know, families that are going to suffer.
So I can't play.
Responsibility very seriously, but it is one of the few leveraged times we.
I wonder what the problem is here. I don't know. The only thing I could do is reboot everything. I thought this Trump administration was going to be different. He learned his lesson about putting deep state operatives around him in the first term. Well, he didn't. He has a James Comey associate, Todd Blanche, as deputy AG. For some reason, he seems to have more power than the dullard Pam Blondie. Blanche has not allowed any pardons since June and is keeping the persecuted Tina Peters in prison for doing her job in Colorado. Of course, it's either not Trump's fault or he is playing 5D chess. The Trump administration and the Supreme Court did not stand up for Mike Lindell and Alex Jones. It doesn't matter if you hate Lindell and Jones. You shouldn't want this precedent set. You just shouldn't. Leftist activist judges defaulted both of them. No jury, no trials. The judge decides on his own that you are guilty and announces fines in the billions. I mean, that's way, I mean, you're losing your Fourth Amendment rights. Fifth Amendment. Let's be clear. The Trump administration could stop this. The Supreme Court declined to even look at the case. Instead of addressing this or going after the serial killer Anthony Fauci or the treasonous bastard Alejandro Mayorkas and others, the Trump DOJ are only concerned with people who wronged Donald Trump. It's okay to deal with Comey, Bolton, and Big Tish James, but they should not come before the real criminals that killed Americans. Hello?
Hi, it's Steve.
Hey, Steve.
When you get a chance at break, do a warm restart on your computer, okay?
Oh, you think, is that what happened the last time?
Yeah, because there was a little glitch, usually at around 2 in the morning sometimes.
Yeah.
Is usually when they do it. They reset the internet, you know, the modems.
Yeah.
And the computer doesn't get quite right. So do a warm restart when you take a break.
I'll do it. Hey, thanks, man.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Maybe he is, I think he's probably right. The things surrounding the Charlie Kirk assassination are getting creepier by the day. There is new video out that shows Kirk's chief of staff, Mikey McCoy, standing off stage to Charlie's left during the event in Utah. Getting some people trying to get in touch with me here. Hold on. When Kirk was assassinated, McCoy didn't run to his friend and boss's aid. He calmly, with no expression of shock on his face, walked calmly away behind the tent where Charlie was speaking and kept walking. Who would react that way? I don't know. Somebody that knew he was going to, or knew that this was going to happen. So who buried the investigation of Charlie Kirk's murder? And I'll get to that in a second. So let's take one more call. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey,
I think I'm calling at a bad time to ask about Portland.
No, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Well, did you watch it last night? It was kind of disappointing.
I didn't. I figured it would be. I was figuring that the weekend they're waiting to ramp it up this weekend, so I was going to wait.
It really is dependent on the federal government coming in and being heavy-handed to. I think they really want to have something happen, just like we discussed. What was it, Friday or yesterday? Or I don't even know what day it is anymore. But I'm so exhausted with this. It is.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think both sides are itching for a fight, and I just do. I don't know why.
I don't even know about that. I mean, like, there was 25 people out there last night.
Oh, that's it?
They're like, I don't know if they're just waiting to have the National Guard come in so they can, because they know that's going to be a big deal, and everybody in, within 100 miles that want to get crazy in Portland already have their costumes, like, pretty much planned out. So when the National Guard comes in, it's like a theater. It really is a theater.
It is. Well, are you planning on going there if the Guard shows up?
I do, and I've been trying my best to, within my means and capabilities, to try to keep up on what the courts are saying, what is actually happening on the ground, and it's just it's time.
Well, I mean, when are they? Do we know yet when they're showing up?
No, because we still have this a layer of I guess court litigation or whatever that still has to be resolved before they are actually authorized to go. And there was one layer. It's another delay tactic or whatever, so they can put it up to another superior court or something like that to get it looked. I think eventually it's going to have to go, and they're going to take Portland, Chicago, Memphis, San Francisco, whatever other city they're wanting to deploy federal military there and to help backfill. And this is, I think, look, Mike, part of the problem here is the ability for these Trump people to communicate effectively with people of America, I think.
Yeah.
And if you can logically sit there instead of wearing a cross on your neck with blonde hair and blue eyes and just be spiteful with everybody and articulate that you need to have an augmentation force for these federal resources that are trying to accomplish a mission. Even though I might disagree with the way it's happening, but that is the logical, what the logical application of these forces are to be. It's to take away the true the professionals from getting what's the number one objective here? It's to get rid of illegal aliens, right? Okay, so you got to get these people that are trained professionals to stop being riot guards and put them on a task to go find these people that shouldn't be here and are criminal aliens and every other thing there is. So it's a logical exercise. I think any reasonable person, no matter what side of the fence you are. Now, if you got National Guard people out there that are, roguely exercising law enforcement and abusing power and taking people prisoner and eventually robbing them or raping them or whatever, that's what happens in third world countries.
Yeah.
And it very well could happen here. Just look at Abu Ghraib with the MPs that tortured people that weren't even terrorists with military dogs and all sorts of, and really disgraced the military police corps.
Yeah, and that was all okayed by the Bush administration. That was they put the stamp of approval on it.
So I've got an axe to grind, okay, but I don't want to see these military people doing something like that, and well, I mean, the only way that you're going to get away with this, Republicans, and if this is a true dictatorship takeover right now, and you're not going to have elections in 26 because you're going to lose. I mean, they got a White House that's being destroyed right now, and you get people they can't even pay. I mean, think about it. It's just so stupid.
Well, I got a story about that we just bailed out Argentina. We increased it from 20 billion to 40 billion, and that should make everybody very, very angry. That's just
another. Okay, so now that we got everybody angry, we're going to make them even angrier by saying that about an hour ago they just released a knockoff AI reggae replacement for Guns N' Roses' "Welcome to the Jungle." I can't believe it.
Are you kidding?
No, it's got 17 views.
Where'd you see that?
On YouTube.
YouTube. All right.
Guns All right, later.
Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, welcome to the jungle. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back. Got a lot more here on the afternoon drive-by.
Attention all business owners. If you have been looking for a reliable cleaning service, stop searching. River Life Pros are the best in the industry. River Life Pros are a family-owned mother-daughter cleaning service revitalizing businesses from Needles to Laughlin. Licensed and bonded, Carrie Ann, Kylie, and Ashley will go the extra mile to make your enterprise sparkle. Make an appointment today with River Life Pros by calling 702-859-2480, 813-812-3097, or go to homecleaningmojaveValley.com. If you're new to the tri-state area, ask a local about Dandy Donuts and Deli. They are the Cadillac of donuts. They have more repeat customers than any other business. Is it because they make their donuts fresh every day? Is it because of the impeccable service and the attention to detail? It's all of the above, but the real test is when you bite into one of Dandy's variety of donuts, croissants, apple fritters, bars, and twists. They have iced and hot coffee, smoothies, and a breakfast and lunch menu just as good as their donuts. Dandy Donuts and Deli at 4630 Highway 95 in Fort Mojave. Open 7 days a week from 4 a.m. to 3 p.m. You will come back again and again.
Okay, before I finish up on Charlie Kirk, why hasn't George, people that haven't been arrested, why hasn't George Soros been arrested? Maybe because he is in the same club as President Trump and the rest. Maybe it's because President Trump's Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, was once Soros's right-hand man. He was also a hedge fund manager. I had something on that. Let's see. Okay. George Soros' partner, who disrupted right-wing publishing, All Seasons Press, founded by billionaire investor Scott Bessent, has a funny habit of signing big-name MAGA authors to book contracts and then suing them. Americans are used to their country's cultural and political life reflecting the beliefs and personal whims of a hyper-wealthy class that's beyond public scrutiny. Few levels below Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Rupert Murdoch, there are so many astronomically rich attention entrepreneurs trying to manipulate the content and structure of the country's information channels that it's possible to stumble across a new one entirely by accident. One such surprise encounter was an infinitely moneyed would-be media visionary explains why the publication of South Carolina-based writer and tablet columnist Lee Smith's next book was tied up in court for nearly a year, and it had something to do with Scott Bessent. In October 2022, Smith filed a lawsuit against a publisher called All Seasons Press, to whom he had sold the rights to a book proposal based on February 2021 essay he had written for tablet. 30 Tyrants, that was the name of the book, argued that Americans at the top of the financial, entertainment, and political industries had sold their country out to communist China. Well, I'm not going to argue with that. Unsurprisingly, according to an outline Smith submitted to an editor at ASP in July of 2022, one of the book's targets would be George Soros, who in the 2010s lauded China's, quote, doctrine of harmonious development, hailed the Chinese government as better functioning than its American counterpart, and allocated partnership with China to avoid world war. So upon the launch of the All Seasons Press in early 2021, the New York Times reported that the new publisher was, quote, pitching itself as an alternative to mainstream houses for pro-Trump or Trump-adjacent conservatives who the Manhattan-based Big Five now refused to publish. ASP appeared to be a natural home for Smith, whose 2019 book, The Plot Against the President, had presented a favorable look at Congressman Devin Nunes' campaign to expose the origins of the investigation into President Donald Trump's collusion with Russia. Under the leadership of Louis Burke and Kate Hartson, the two former Big Five editors, the latter of them Smith's editor for The Plot, ASP would publish the best writers. So here we'll get to Scott Bessent. In October 2022, a complaint filed in the federal court system's Eastern District of Virginia, Smith claimed that, contrary to its right-wing pro-Trump presentation, ASP is secretly owned and controlled by a longtime Soros associate named Scott Bessent. Bessent's name did not appear in any of the media coverage of the ASP's launch or on ASP's website and masthead, and Smith's lawsuit alleged the company hid Bessent's involvement from both Smith and from his literary agent, the Washington, D.C.-based Keith Urban. Bessent headed Soros's London office for most of the 1990s and served as chief investment officer for Soros Fund Management from 2011 to 2015. He invested $2 billion of Soros's money in 2015 to launch his own shop, Key Square Capital Management. Soros is perhaps America's largest political donor, orchestrating some $21 billion in contributions to a range of leftist causes since 2000. So, Donald Trump's Treasury Secretary, I thought we were going to have transparency, and I thought we were going to have a different way of doing things than the first term. Donald Trump's Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, is a former hedge fund manager and former associate and henchman for George Soros. So you'll probably say, well, Trump didn't know. Okay, if you want to go that route, go ahead. Well, this is unacceptable, right? Okay, just like a lot of things in this administration. It's unacceptable. All right, so back to Charlie Kirk, his chief of staff, standing right next to him when he got shot, didn't rush to Charlie, his friend too, his boss and his friend. He calmly and without any expression on his face turned and just like strolled away like nothing had happened. That's pretty weird. But this is a little short piece by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, who buried the investigation of Charlie Kirk's murder. It's been 1 month and 12 days since Charlie Kirk's assassination, and we still don't know anything factual about it. And that's the way it goes in all these situations. Information or disinformation that has come out is nonsensical. Andrew Colvett, a spokesman for Turning Point and executive producer of the Charlie Kirk Show, said that the doctor who examined Kirk told him that there was no exit wound. Yet we are told that the bullet was fired from a .30-06 rifle used by the suspect the patsy Tyler Robinson. Now, this is an impossibility. .30-06 would have left little of Kirk's neck or head. It would be gone. It is ammunition used for grizzly bear and moose. And they want us to believe, yeah, right. There is no evidence that any media or FBI questioned the attending doctor concerning his report of no exit wound as reported by Colvett. An internet search reports that no bullet has been found. A suggestion is offered that perhaps it has been recovered, but the news is being withheld, possibly due to ongoing forensic processing or investigative sensitivity. After 40 days, they are still examining a bullet. How long does that take? The only possible thing that could be sensitive about the bullet, if they have it is not from a .30-06 caliber. That is quite obvious. That they're totally lying about that bullet. The bullet that blew out the back of President Kennedy's skull and managed to continue its magical path and cause 3 more wounds was allegedly found intact on the floor of the President Kennedy's limousine. It was a less powerful caliber than the alleged .30-06 used to murder Kirk. The explanation handed to us dumb shite Americans is that Kirk was so strong, the man of steel, that the bullet fragmented and does not exist. It disintegrated. Yeah, so they didn't think they could pull off the magic bullet scenario again. So there's just no bullet. No bullet. So there's no bullet to examine, so they can't be questioned. So what evidence do they have on which to try the suspect Tyler Robinson? Theories of a fragmented bullet from a likely planted rifle with no evidence that the bullet had killed Kirk was ever fired from the rifle. Anyone can put an empty case in the receiver of a rifle or fire it into the ground or into the air and not eject the case. Other reports said the doctor attending to Kirk said that he found the bullet under Kirk's neck skin. Right. This cannot be correct if the bullet was a powerful .30-06. As far as available information goes, no one in the media or FBI has asked the doctor for the bullet or even inquired if he found it. So nobody cares. Nobody has any questions for some reason. Among these astonishing investigatory failures, no one, not the FBI, not the media, has tracked down and questioned the clearly indicated man in a brown shirt whose movements and behavior suggest he might have been the murderer and who, according to an available video assuming it is not an AI creation, supervised the loading of Kirk's body into a private vehicle and departed with it. Kash Patel, on whom so many Americans rested their hopes for a return of a truthful and honest FBI, owes us an explanation or explanations. He needs to tell us whether they have the bullet or why not, or if they don't. He needs to tell us if there is an exit wound, and if not, why not. He needs to tell us who the man in the brown shirt is and whether he has been questioned and whether the video evidence of him directing Kirk's body into a private vehicle and driving off with it is valid. He needs to tell us how Tyler Robinson hid the murder weapon in the nearby woods when he jumped down from the roof with no rifle in his possession. Many have concluded that the man in brown was an Israeli agent who killed Kirk because Kirk had begun leading the rising American generation to question rather than to worship Israel. This is a theory that should be investigated. The absence of a professional investigation and objective reporting of Kirk's assassination supports the belief that the Trump regime is covering up Israel's murder of Charlie Kirk. More than likely, if they are involved, Israel, the Trump administration is involved also. The Department of Justice. That's just what I see. Hello, you're on there.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Dan.
Hey, what's going on?
You mentioned Israel. You know, Charlie Kirk was criticizing that October 7th of 23 attack. He said the Israeli government let it happen.
yeah, that's kind of common knowledge that they stood down because they wanted the reaction of what they got, which enabled them to go in and really start hammering.
I think they wanted him to start
Gaza.
criticizing the Israeli government. That's why they set him up.
He was doing that, and he also rejected. He started turning down their money offers, which that's a big red flag for them because if you're not taking their money, then you're not taking their crap either. You're basically removing yourself from them, and thank you. Israel is they're known for the Israeli government, not the people, for running ops like this. I mean, they were totally involved in 9/11. There was a situation on USS Liberty. There's just, it goes on and on. But if there's nothing, if we're being stonewalled and nothing is being investigated, that all they're doing is saying, we got our man, period, end of story, shut up. We want to talk about other stuff. So FBI Director Patel and his wandering eye are telling you, not out loud, but telling you to go F yourself. That's what he's saying. That you're never going to find out anything. We're not going to tell you anything. I mean, you might as well get over it. You might as well. Yeah, somebody want to explain to me why we are bailing out Argentina with $40 billion, which is screwing over American farmers. Now, I'm going to test my see if the audio is working here for my clips, and let's see.
Again, I know
it's working.
Bad if you're MAGA to hear this. Just as painful if it was for me to realize Bernie Sanders sells out American workers left and right. This is happening right now under Trump. I know it's hard for them to take, but this is the fact. So Trump is screwing over American cattle farmers in favor of cattle farmers in Argentina. He's going to be importing a couple of $1 billion worth of meat from Argentina. And here's he was asked about this on the plane.
Question is, what do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life.
Oh, we're
don't
not?
know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand?
What does that mean? No, I don't understand.
They have no money. They have no anything.
That's their problem.
They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina.
I bet you do.
I think he's trying to do the best he can. But don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying. What do you mean by being?
You know who else is dying? People in Venezuela that you're bombing and that you're sanctioning. Why don't you care about people in Venezuela? Why do you care about people in Argentina? Oh, that's right, because it's a bailout of his billionaire hedge fund friends. So I've told you in another segment, I told you this is all about Trump's billionaire hedge fund friends, Citron, who is responsible for his Secretary of the Treasury's all his money he made off of shorting the Japanese yen. And so now they're doing a favor to the billionaire class, which includes George Soros. So they're doing all this to bail out Argentina because the billionaire class is invested in Argentina, and they're just going to raid the U.S. Treasury to do it and screw over our farmers at the same time. You think I'm kidding? The irony. Video of Elon Musk is one of his peak nerd moments as Doge celebrating with a chainsaw on stage with the Argentinian president Milei, the firing, cutting of U.S. federal employees for government efficiency and cost savings. Half a year later, Trump is sending Argentina $40 billion in aid. So half a year after they did this, after they were cheering him on for cutting government spending and privatizing everything in Argentina and screwing over their own people, half a year later, they got to give him actually a $60 billion bailout. The first $20 billion came from
you should
the
use that
IMF,
chainsaw to give them a haircut.
which Trump made the IMF give them. No end in sight, and to the detriment of American farmers and ranchers. Remember that? Okay.
Yeah.
So the Treasury Secretary said, yesterday, Trump and I spoke extensively with President Milei and his senior team in New York. As President Trump has stated, we stand ready to do what is needed to support Argentina and the Argentine people. Well, Mike Drucker, great. He says, LOL, Milei gave Elon Musk a toy chainsaw to celebrate slashing the government, and now we're going to bail out Milei's country because he slashed too much government.
Yeah, Drucker's right.
Yeah.
He's a writer. You know him, Mike Drucker?
Yeah, well, thank God we're not just coming to the rescue of American billionaires. Now we're coming to the rescue of foreign billionaires, where it belongs. So this is Thomas Massey weighs in. He says, this is not America first. We don't need the U.S. flooded with beef from Argentina after our cattle ranchers have taken a beating over the last several years. Bring back country of origin labels, which means when you go to buy beef at a supermarket, they don't tell you where it came from. And who got them to do that? The American hitmen, because they don't want Americans to be able to buy American. They don't want you to know what beef comes from America or what comes from a foreign country, so you could screw over American cattle. So, again, the billionaire class doesn't care about America. They don't care about Americans.
That's correct.
They don't care about any country. All they care about is making money, and they don't care who it screws, and Trump is their puppet. So I know it feels bad if you're MAGA to think like this about Trump. That's how I felt when I had to realize about Bernie Sanders was also a con man and didn't give a shit about the people here in America. He was just a tool of the billionaire class, which he is. So he says, Thomas Massey says, bring back the labels of origin so people know where their meat's coming from and they can buy American. Also, pass the Prime Act, also America First and MAHA. So that's what he says. Okay. Scott Horton says, instead of promoting U.S. beef production, Trump now wants to establish preferred position for Argentine beef in the United States. Why exactly? Is that America? Is that what America First means? No.
So I'm going to continue this, but you're sitting there, most of you who voted for President Trump. How do you square this with yourself? How do you overlook this? How do you spin this?
That is not what America First means. And so just to let you know about how good Argentine beef is, here's the U.S. Agricultural Secretary telling you that it's diseased. Ready?
Awesome.
Argentina is also facing a foot and mouth disease issue, which we at USDA have to ensure that our livestock industry is secure. And I know you've heard a lot about the screwworm coming up from Mexico.
That's what most politicians have.
Is a challenge too. So we're on it. We're on the front lines. We're going to ensure our livestock industry is protected. But this is a very nuanced, very complex market, but that we're moving in every potential possible direction to make sure we've got a good future for these ranchers.
Yeah, there's nothing nuanced about it. You're screwing over American ranchers in favor of billionaire hedge fund managers that are in bed with Donald Trump and Scott Bessent, his Secretary of Treasury. Remember, Scott Bessent was the right-hand man to George Soros. George Soros is invested in the hedge fund that they're bailing out with all this stuff. That's what's going on.
If you have a list of who's in that hedge fund, you have a list of the shadow government of the world.
That's right.
Because that's what that is.
If you have a list of who's invested in that hedge fund that they're bailing out, you have a list of the people running your shadow government. People like George Soros, billionaires like Citrone, people like Scott all those people. So this is from a betrayal. Ranchers slam Trump's plan to buy beef from Argentina.
He doesn't care.
U.S. tax dollars.
He doesn't care.
After crashing the soybean market and gifting Argentina our largest export buyer, he's now poised to do the same to the cattle market, says an Illinois cattle producer. That's exactly what's going on. So why would America suddenly be interested in doing this? Do Argentine cows give oil instead of milk? I don't know.
No, the Argentina hides IDF war criminals. Imagine being so evil you had to flee Israel for your crimes against Arabs. Imagine how bad you have to be.
So U.S. ranchers and industry groups are responding critically to President Donald Trump. Now Trump is now screwing over the cattle ranchers, and they're revolting against Trump. The proposal that the United States would buy some beef from Argentina in a bid to bring our beef prices down while pursuing an up to $40 billion bailout for the South American country. It's actually 60. Trump made the suggestion to reporters on Air Force One Sunday. A few days earlier, he said that a deal to cut the price of beef was going to be coming pretty soon. Really? Okay.
They're fighting for their life, Jimmy, as if I give a I don't care about
Donald
precious
Trump,
places like Israel, Ukraine,
the Argentina's
Taiwan.
hurting. They're hurting.
I give a fuck about Argentina.
That's right. What are the AP noted various reasons for stubbornly high U.S. prices, including a drought and reduced imports from Mexico. President Trump's plan to buy beef from Argentina is a betrayal of the American rancher, said an Illinois cattle producer and senior director of programs at the organization Farm Action. Those of us who raise cattle have finally started to see what profit looks like after facing years of high input costs and market manipulation by the meatpacking monopoly. Really. After crashing the soybean market and gifting Argentina our largest export buyer, he's now poised to do the same to the cattle market.
California.
So, all right. So, maybe you want to call me and say this is all wrong and support this and tell us that he's playing 5D chess and there's nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. 855-586-9134. Just got one really short break left.
If you're new to the tri-state area, ask a local about Dandy Donuts and Deli. They are the Cadillac of donuts. They have more repeat customers than any other business. Is it because they make their donuts fresh every day? Is it because of the impeccable service and the attention to detail? It's all of the above, but the real test is when you bite into one of Dandy's variety of donuts, croissants, apple fritters, bars, and twists. They have iced and hot coffees, smoothies, and a breakfast and lunch menu just as good as their donuts. Dandy Donuts and Deli at 4630 Highway 95 in Fort Mojave. Open 7 days a week from 4 a.m. to 3 p.m. You will come back again and again.
All right, I got some callers. You're on the air.
It's Bolshevism. That's what they do. They're going to starve us to force us into the CBDCs.
I don't understand why people, every American, can't look at this and just be angry and just, like be calling their congressmen, which won't do any good. But most MAGA will just kind of ignore it.
A bunch of them are waking up because of them Epstein files.
Yeah, which we'll never see.
No, not with Trump and Cash App. Do you know something? Did you see the video? Cash App, at least one of his parents fled Uganda. Do you know they were kicked out of Uganda? The Indians? Idi Amin.
Idi Amin kicked him out?
Yeah,
he wasn't a good guy.
He had a certain amount of time to leave.
Yeah,
and so one of his parents fled back to India, and then to Canada, then to here. So, anyway, did you see the video of the Indian in L.A. that he just plowed?
Oh yeah, did he go the wrong way on the freeway? Is that what he was doing?
It looked like he was going the right way, but he just kept plowing over cars.
Oh, no. Well, okay, so there's another one that he was going the wrong way on the freeway.
Yeah. There's a bunch of them. And supposedly in Canada, it's worse, a lot worse. But
so they don't know how to drive? You got to go to trucking school, and basically you got to know how to drive, and then you got to know how to drive a truck. Where do they go to trucking school, in India?
I think they're faking the certificates. That's why they got kicked out of Uganda. They scam and they try and control, like they're taking over the tech. They fire the whites and they hire their buddies. Did you also see the video of Trump celebrating the Diwali holiday? And then you watch him in India doing it. It's demonic.
Well,
literally.
That's an Indian holiday, Diwali.
Yeah. He celebrated in the White House, and you watch them celebrating. They're pouring blood, and they're literally demonic. It's sick.
Wow.
And they're hated, man. I'm telling you, if you go on social media, they are hated, man. In Canada and America, nobody wants them. They're filthy, man. Look at India too. Garbage all over. They're swimming in garbage.
Well, Canada is the Canadian government, similar to they're terrible, and they're embracing. What is it they get? They're embracing euthanasia for children now. Yeah.
Sick. Well, it's run by the king.
And,
you know what I mean? It's still...
and they're surrendering their control of the health to the WHO with that pandemic agreement. Canada's doing that.
Yeah. And what else was? Rand Paul saying that it's fishing boats that Trump's attacking. And there's at least one was from Trinidad and two from at least one from Colombia. That one girl, Kim Iverson, she had a guest on. She was talking about it explicitly. Yep, he's at war. He's setting off the whole.
Yeah, look at it. I mean, they blew up the 8th one yesterday, and you think that if these drug traffickers, after like 2 or 3, they're going to keep running their boats out there? They're not going to do that. They're going to reevaluate things. These are, I mean, and also, I wouldn't, if I was in Venezuela and I had any kind of boat, fishing boat, whatever, with what America, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go anywhere because they'll blow anything up.
Living.
Yeah,
fishing. But even Phil Giraldi was talking about on Napolitano yesterday. If you're going to do a coup, you do it silently. You know what I mean? You don't advertise that you're sending CIA. It endangers them.
Yeah,
and you then inflame the whole Latin America. I mean, this is stupidity. Unless it's part of the plan to bring back the Mosaic, like creating all kinds of chaos.
Well, the Colonel McGregor is saying that the war with Venezuela is inevitable. It is it's going to happen. We're going to be at war with them.
10,000 soldiers ain't going to be enough.
So we're at war with Venezuela. We're bailing out Argentina to hurt our own farmers. He already sold out the soybean farmers.
Yep.
I mean,
$12 billion.
For God's sake. I mean, everybody's got to wake up. Hey, thanks for the call. We're at the end of the first hour. We'll be back for hour number 2, and it'll be Nick Alias, so don't go anywhere.
And K281CR Needles.
If you're just turning on your radios,
this is K-Talks.
Bring you up to date on the news.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have been arrested in connection with a federal investigation into illegal sports betting. FBI Director Kash Patel says that the case involves years of activities and includes the underworld.
Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchesi crime families.
The indictments unsealed in New York create a massive cloud for the NBA, which opened its season this week. There's been another high-profile Trump pardon.
President Donald Trump has pardoned Binance founder Changpeng Zhao. Zhao is the creator of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, who served prison time after failing to stop criminals from using the platform to move money connected to child sex abuse, drug trafficking, and terrorism. Zhao has deep ties to World Liberty Financial, a crypto venture that President Trump and his sons Eric and Donald Jr. launched in September. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The Senate on Thursday rejected dueling partisan bills to pay federal workers during the government shutdown, with both Republicans and Democrats deflecting blame as many employees are set to miss their first full paycheck at the end of this week. Republicans objected to Democrats' proposed a voice vote for their legislation to pay all federal workers and prevent President Trump's administration from mass firing. Democrats then voted down a Republican bill to pay employees who are working and not furloughed. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Swantees of Bullhead City is fall deals for you. Get a 2024 Dodge Hornet 72 months at 0 APR, or 84 months at 2.9 APR, or $14,758 off of MSRP. Swanty also has great deals on pickups, SUVs, and other vehicles. Swanty's will buy your car, any make or model, offering top dollar with less than 70,000 miles, no older than 7 years. Swanty's of Bullhead City, 2494 Highway 95 in Bullhead City.
The oldest living person on planet Earth has just celebrated yet another birthday, and she's got some insight as to how she's stuck around for so long. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht, back soon with some sage wisdom of the ages.
Is your email box overrun with spam? With a StartMail account, you'll never have to give your real email address to a stranger again. Online shopping, newsletter subscriptions, getting that 30% off coupon, they all need your email address. But with StartMail, you can invent new addresses or aliases linked to your inbox behind the scenes and give those out to people while keeping your real address hidden. It's just one more protection from StartMail.com.
The world's current oldest living person is a British woman named Ethel Caterham, who recently celebrated her 116th birthday. She refused to give any interviews on her big day, saying she would only make an exception for King Charles, but she did reveal the secret to her longevity. I was expecting something profound and earth-shattering, but her advice was just common sense. Say yes to every opportunity and maintain a positive attitude. So I guess to keep your spirit young, even if you're old everywhere else, you either need to have a cushy positive life or just convince yourself you do. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht for StartMail.com, the AI-free private email alternative.
Route 66 Broadband has always provided the fastest and most reliable service in Mojave Valley, Golden Shores, Golden Valley, and Needles. Amazing speed and flexible data plans. Digital TV and phone service available too. In Needles, call 760-326-4190. In Mojave Valley, call 928-565-4190. Visit their website at route66broadband.com.
From the K-Talks AM 1340 and 92.9 FM Weather Center, I'm Charles Dixon. Clear sky and 85 degrees on Route 66 in Needles, and good afternoon to listeners in Oatman. Currently clear sky and 77 degrees for you. Getting down to 60 overnight tonight. Friday's high will be in the upper 80s. Sky is clear. Temperatures in the upper 80s on Saturday. That's your K-Talks Tri-State weather. Brought to you by Route 66 Broadband.
KTOX, the Tri-State leader in local talk.
All right, we're back for hour number 2. There's a reason I'm not playing any music. This is the afternoon drive-by on KTOX 1340 AM 92.9 FM. Needles, California. It's Thursday, the 23rd day of October. I'm also streaming on Rumble. And I'm streaming on YouTube. Actually, this is my second day. And I have a like on YouTube. And we're going to bring in Nick Alias. Hey, Nick.
Hey, we're on YouTube, huh?
Yeah. Say hello to everybody.
What's up, YouTube universe? Come on, share, hit that share button.
That's right.
And get it going. Get it going.
There we go. I mean, there's a much bigger pool of people.
Oof, the biggest, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've loosened up a little bit, so that's good. So I had Chuck call me earlier, and he was checking in on Portland last night, and he said it was pretty boring.
Yeah. The last couple nights, they've lost their mustard.
Lost their mojo, huh?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think they're waiting for?
I don't know. The big one from this weekend was the little blonde midget guy, or the blind midget guy.
A blind midget?
Yeah, blind midget, severely mentally inept. Here, let me just send you
they rolled him.
video.
They rolled a blind midget out in Portland. Are you kidding?
They did. Yeah, I don't think you could play the video. But oh yeah, here we go.
All right,
But you could watch it and we could talk about it, because he is cussing on it. He's yelling obscenities at the ICE agents. But he's like, why did they dragged me across the ground? And they picked him up and put him on like a Costco, cart,
Where'd they get him? Where'd they get him? Where'd they find him?
I don't know. He's holding a teddy bear in the interview. So this dude is obviously mentally handicapped, autistic, and this is what you're seeing now is your standard Antifa people, and then the other ones are people like this that I would imagine, some of these, I have a friend that's, he's of this level, but he lives by himself and he drives but he has to have family check in on him every once in a while.
Yeah, they're rolling him around on one of those carts that you have at the
like Costco,
Home Depot,
like when you're doing a super load.
Yeah. And
so and then he says that he was laying in the grass. The person shows the video. He wasn't laying in the grass.
Well, I see ICE. ICE is effing with him.
The blue line.
ICE got him.
But ICE got him. Yeah, for sure. But this is now their martyr. They're using this guy as their martyr.
Well, yeah, of course. People are going to say the ICE just arrested a blind midget, which is
a blind retarded midget.
A blind retarded midget. That you can't get any lower than that. That's what people are going to say.
Pretty much what they're trying to go, but that video debunks their whole narrative.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
What blew my mind was he was going live on TikTok.
The blind midget, the blind retard.
The blind midget was recording a video. Blind.
Well, so what is it? What I can't play it, but what exactly is his line? What is he saying?
I can play it. Rehash it for you. He's 4'6".
All right.
And he can't see. What harm is he going to do? And now there's videos of him screaming, "I'll kill you! I'll effing kill you!"
Who's he talking to?
I'm going to beat the living F out of you. Piss off. There's the line that says you're not supposed to cross. He's crossed it.
They took his shoes off.
He's going to kill you guys. Oh, he says, I was going to sit in the grass, but he says his legs are barely in the driveway. The video is showing he was completely in the driveway.
So this is this is a setup right here. Somebody found this
100%.
guy.
100%.
We got this blind, mentally challenged midget.
Yeah, and remember when we were watching, there was always like an old guy in the middle, and he would, not the old guy that was like trying to do the piece, but at the end of the night, he would start screaming and losing his mind.
Yeah.
Apparently, I mean, he looks normal. Apparently, he's not. And he is well known in that area of just, that's Brian. He's a little off, and just give him an ice cream cone and he'll be fine. So those are the type of dudes they're recruiting.
So,
like my sweet little Zach. These are the people that, if they recruited, they're recruiting people like my friend Zach. And you could really take advantage of these people.
what do you think they'll come up with next?
I don't know. They're bringing out retarded blind midgets and people that are like wheelchairs, like severely in a wheelchair, like their legs didn't grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's who they're bringing in, man. It's just like the last of the last. It has to be. Where does it get any worse than this?
I don't know. I mean, they've got maybe they should put him in like a frog outfit or something.
You know what? I know how it gets worse.
How?
A transgender blind midget.
A transgender blind midget. That would be classic. That would be. They're scouring the.
An indigenous transgender midget blind person.
You know what? They're probably looking for all kind. Maybe they're having a casting call on.
Exactly.
Does Antifa have like is it like Blue Sky? That's where they can find them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But they use a bunch of encrypted apps that are. It's Antifa doing their thing, and then child porn. Right, like I don't even know it. Like this Telegram app I keep hearing about. You know, it's just Antifa messaging and child porn and kitty videos.
Oh, well, you know we already know the identity of the frog boy. Identified the man with the green hair and glasses as the Portland Antifa. At the Portland Antifa safe house as Seth Todd, a.k.a. Frog Boy, the rioter who started.
His last name's Todd?
Todd, yeah.
Todd the Toad.
Todd identifies as an Antifa terrorist and urges terrorist attacks and mass killings. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. I got one better for you.
What's that?
I'm part of a couple group chats.
Yeah.
Right. And a couple with the football team. You know, the arena football team.
Yeah.
And so there's two of them. There's one for like coaches, and then there's one for like, management, media or marketing, social media people, all that stuff. And I really don't like to be in that one.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a little Zoom meeting this weekend, and I'd like to read you this text message here.
All right.
On why this person could not attend the meeting. Not going to be able to attend the meeting. Our friend is celebrating 500 days without self-harm. We are at a dinner for her.
500 days without what? Self-harm? Is that what you said?
Self-harm. And so I screenshotted that, and I sent it back to the owner of the team, and I said, I never want to meet this person ever. And this is downfall of our society right here. And I said, $500, they live in Portland. Wouldn't take me up on the bet because they do live in Portland. But I just thought it was a weird text. Not a year celebration, not 2 year celebration. 500 days of a special dinner with their friends.
With no self-harm.
With no self-harm.
I mean,
it's like
somebody that goes, I haven't had a drink in 500 days, but no, I haven't stabbed myself in 500 days.
Yeah, I haven't tried to kill myself.
Well, I mean, that kind of fits in with everything we're having now.
100%. I said these text messages don't come out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
They don't come out of St. Louis, Missouri. They definitely don't come out of Chicago. You know what I mean? But they do come out of Portland and a few other West Coast cities.
Well, tell them euthanasia is the next big thing from these people. They're getting a little tired of the transgender movement, so it's euthanasia, and they're start talking about euthanizing children, if you can believe that. That's what they're it's just another way to cull the population, but it's euthanizing people.
Well, normally in history when they do that, it's because the baby's born and there's something seriously wrong with it, and depending on the culture and the time, they either chucked it off a cliff or floated it down a river,
right?
Like Moses, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, right? But I'm surprised that the liberals want to do this because I feel like they're just killing their own supporters.
Well, there's that, but then you have to think they support abortion. So I mean, it's probably hard for them to decide. But they want everybody to feel good. They want to get a feel good, and they don't want to hurt your feelings. If you want to kill yourself, go ahead. Or if you think your child would be better off dead, well then go ahead and do it. I think that might be what's going on.
Yeah. And then what else I learned that I wanted to share with you was, I love reading up on different cultures, different celebrations that these cultures do, and everything. And I was, some of the most shocking, things in certain groups of people. And did you know that the Jewish, like the hardcore, there's like the Orthodox, and then there's like even more hardcore Jews or level of Jewish religion?
Oh yeah, they are Hasidic, and I think it's what you call them. Hasidic.
Yeah, I think it might be Hasidic. But anyway, so they started the whole circumcision thing, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So this level of Judaism, what they do is they cut the baby.
Yep.
And then the father goes in, and how do I say this on the air? He bites the rest of the skin off, and then sucks the blood.
Oh, well, that's how they used to do it, or do they still do it that way?
No, there's still a level of Judaism that they do that still. And my argument was like, but didn't like the Appalachian people like make placenta soup? Who made placenta soup?
Placenta soup. Is that supposed to give you superpowers?
I think maybe it's Africa. Yeah, they eat the placenta.
Let me see.
I don't find that any different than really biting. It's still wild. It's still wild to me. I asked my dad if he would have ever done that.
What did he say?
He told me to F off.
Well, humans are a weird bunch. Placenta soup is a dish made from placenta, the organ that nourishes a fetus during pregnancy. Let's see who it says does that. You might want to give it to your football players. Increased energy levels, enhanced mood and pain reduction. So that would work for a football player.
Yeah. That just seems like have an orgasm instead or something.
Since most doctors and major health organizations, including the Mayo Clinic and the CDC, do not recommend eating the placenta. If you are considering it, you should first have a conversation with your health care provider to understand the potential risk.
Yeah. Is this a white thing? This might be just a white thing.
I was looking for where this is known to happen. Here's another one. It was an article in the Cosmopolitan. I cooked my wife's placenta. Here's how it tasted. That's an article. And he's got pictures of it in a spoon. Oh, God.
Yo, bro, I'd rather eat menudo.
Yeah, and I hate menudo. At giving birth, someone opt to consume their own placenta for postpartum recovery purposes. Many women do this via pills encapsulated with their own dried and pulverized placenta. Dude, oh man,
that's way worse than like the wedding cake a year later out of the freezer, right?
Oh well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and it's way worse. Like I know, like especially on the coast of Oregon, and I'm sure it's throughout the U.S., there is a rite of passage. It's a fake rite of passage. You're just trying to get you to do it and see how crazy you are. But when you kill a deer or an elk,
yeah,
they make you take a bite out of the heart.
Oh.
Like right when it's warm, bro. Right?
Oh.
I seen a female do it.
I would. I just wouldn't be a hunter if I had to do that.
Yeah, but it's a joke, right? If you don't do it, they tell you it's a joke.
Oh, that they're just trying to get you to do something stupid.
Yeah, the hunting culture is wild, bro.
Like snipe hunting.
Wild stuff.
You ever heard of snipe hunting? Yeah.
I have not.
Okay, so, when you got your little kid and you're taking, let's go snipe hunting, and there's no such thing as a snipe. So you send them out into the woods looking for a snipe, and you just sit back and drink a beer and wait for them to figure it out and come back to camp.
How many kids got lost forever doing that? It's my wife. There are some people that have no sense of direction.
Yeah.
My wife's entire family, bro. They are blown away with my sense of direction.
So they can't even find a bathroom sometimes.
No, they think I'm some kind of God.
You're like a
really,
directions savant or something.
Savant, yeah. And I'm just like, the mountain, hello, just find yourself a point of reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know we're going north because the mountains are on my left side.
Well, they definitely need one of those compasses in their car, mounted on their car.
Oh, no, they definitely do. They definitely do. And we get real worried when Grandma and my wife, they went to Reno one time to visit my daughter, right? And we were panicking. And literally, I'm not messing around, dude. There's 5 turns.
They got lost.
I counted them. I counted. They didn't get lost, but we were worried.
Well, you also have GPS now where it talks
GPS,
to you.
That's what saved
it talks
them.
to you.
Yeah, that's what saved them for sure. Because, man, it's and then the other problem I have with my wife is when we go into any store, and I don't know if you have this problem, but I'll turn around.
Yeah.
And she's gone.
And you walk down every aisle, and she's nowhere to be found. Is that what
nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So I start sending text messages. I'll be in the car.
Yeah, because it's like where are they? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, is they already at the checkout or what? Hey, so this placenta soup looks like it's definitely Asian and I think Chinese because here's Zihe Chi placenta soup.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They eat like tiger testicles and stuff.
Yeah, they'll eat basic. And another weird thing that the Islam people do, not all of them, I'm sure, but they it's genital mutilation of the women. They cut off their clitoris so they can't have any other pleasure from, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what they do.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they caught some doctors in Minnesota and Michigan doing it to girls there a few years ago. That's barbaric, man. I mean, that's about as low as you can get. Let's see. You're on there.
Oh, my God.
That's a lot to digest, isn't it?
Well, I've heard this before, but I thought this was pretty much and I knew this was in some I took a college class when I was
in college?
Yeah, this one time I was in college, I took a college class.
Yeah.
And it was a psychology class, and it had to do with genital mutilation, and particularly related to women, and how genital mutilation is not the same as in females and as it is in males, because of the nervous and the sexuality that are related to where
to the female.
Right. But then I started to think, like, how would anybody know that? I mean, could it take like an uncircumcised black guy with a circumcised white guy in jail sit there and go, well, it feels like it's, oh yeah, dog, it's going, because
Well, I've heard. I think you're right. I've heard.
How do they figure this out? But then, you know what else I heard? Listen to this. Now listen to this. There is a group of Native Americans up in the state of Washington called the Cowlitz.
Yeah.
And they have a group of the Cowlitz that were wiped out that spoke Apache. And they don't know exactly how. They have theories, but they only spoke Apache, and of course they spoke Chehalis, but they spoke Apache, and there was like 3 or 4 other groups along this route that Native Americans used to take for trade, and it happened to go through Bend.
Oh.
But anyway, so this is a weird place that we live in. Okay, and the only thing that social media and radio has done is it's amplified our ability to talk about all this weird stuff that human beings do.
I think we might be the only one that's ever talked about placenta soup, maybe. I don't know.
No, that's pretty. But did you ever talk about like an expired deer placenta soup?
I have not.
There's a lot of deer out there, and Oregon and Washington are 2 states that just allowed for you to take roadkill. Just as long as they're not a threatened species like the Columbia white-tailed deer. You could take a roadkill, and you just got to get on the internet right quick and then print out a permit. Within 24 hours, sign the son of a bitch, and then send it to Salem. And then you got now, Nick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, knowing all that, would you mind if I came over to your house and hung up a deer in your garage?
I don't think he'd mind.
I don't think you get it back.
No, you can have 60% of it. I just want to hang out with some really masculine men like you and your sheriff guy there. I'd figure
he's got roadkill in his freezer.
I don't doubt it.
Because he runs across it all the time as a deputy, right?
Yeah. He's probably got a bunch of old retired Army guys and weirdos like that he networks with. He's probably got a cooler in the back of his cruiser.
What's he got, Nick?
No, he's got
just venison,
dry ice.
He's got venison. Hey, thanks, Chuck. Well, I mean, it's not. You might as well, right? What's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, I know they don't utilize the stuff that's bad, right?
Yeah.
But I know that the guy that they call that comes and picks it up, he processes it. He just doesn't go like dump them in a hole.
Ah.
Yeah, so he brings the sheriff's, he brings in a haul, and
yeah,
then they can just take what they want,
Hey, I just found another recipe: feral cat placenta soup. Does that sound?
Oh my God!
Appetizing.
Don't cat people will do that, man. I think they would. I think they would.
Okay. So this is the story I had because. Our FBI, they should really be. There's a lot for them to be doing. There's plenty. They could be trying to figure out what's going on with the Charlie Kirk thing. I mean, it's just so much But what are they doing? Here's what they're doing. FBI raids NBA gambling ring tied to Italian mafia. More than 30 people arrested, including Blazers coach Chauncey Billups and Heat's Terry Rozier. Do you see this?
Yeah, dude. It's the only thing anybody's talking about right now over here.
Well, this is, I mean, we've talked about this before, whether sports could be rigged in any way, point shaving, and that's what they're saying. Aside from the gambling, they're saying sports rigging. That's what they're saying. So what?
I see. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that, especially with Chauncey Billups, the head coach, right?
Yeah.
Who, but people don't know, he's a Hall of Fame basketball player.
So he played with the Pistons. I remember he played at Colorado. Okay, so New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch said Terry Rozier actually faked an injury to leave the game early to make sure the bets paid out. That's what she said.
Oh, he's screwed then, bro.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear anything about Chauncey Billups. What I heard was he attends poker games ran by the mob.
Oh, yeah. There's I'm right here on the New York Post. He's sitting at the table. Chauncey, seen in 2019, photo playing poker with two others in bombshell gambling indictment involving mafia families. I don't think I'd want to be involved with mafia families in any way, shape, or form myself.
See, that's where me and you differ.
I mean, you don't want to. You might piss one of them off.
Nah, no, not me. They'd be like, "Yo, I know we've only known Nick for about 6 months, but I think we need to make him made."
Oh, make him. All right, yeah.
You know, when you're a made man, right, in the mafia,
nobody can touch you.
Really, nobody can touch you, and then like if you do go to jail, like your family's still taken care of, well taken care of. You know.
What if one of these? What if you went to one of their house and they had a one of their mobster crew members was a blind midget? What would you do?
I'd punt him through the wall to show him that they need me, not him. I would no questions asked, dude. I would 300 kick him through the wall.
So Terry Rozier played college at Louisville, I think, and he's an NBA player now with the Heat. But at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Will Terry score 20 points? Or 18 points, and then he takes himself out.
So the mob's still doing their thing.
Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. So you can bet on anything now. I mean, I think
that's a problem.
Yeah, so you think he's in trouble?
Yeah, he'll never play another dribble in the NBA.
So do we think he's the only guy doing it?
No.
So what's this going to lead to? Some kind of I don't know. What's going to happen? How do you get to the bottom of this?
I don't know if you can, man. You got to wipe out the mob. That ain't happening.
No.
You know, but it actually kind of makes me happy because I feel like the world without the mob is lame, and the media and the FBI and the CIA, they all make you think the mob is dead, but I know it isn't.
So the question is, who ratted him? Who was there? Somebody inside? Because the NBA season is 82 games. It's an 82-game grind. I mean, that's a lot of. I mean, you're playing a lot.
I'm guessing they busted somebody, right?
Yeah.
And the person is like, well, I know about some NBA players that are, obviously they busted somebody within the mob, and they're like,
and they turned him. They turned him so he wouldn't do some time. Yeah.
So he's going to live in
he's going to Argentina or something.
Something, yeah, with a whole new identity.
So there's plenty of insignificant games during the season to make this happen without people really noticing, because, you could say, oh, my hamstring. Oh, man, I can't. You got to take me out. We're just playing the, whoever. We're going to win this game. So I can see that would be kind of easy to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Maybe we do need to super shorten the season.
I maybe that's what this will lead to. I don't know, but it's the FBI they're all over this. They don't really.
That sucks, man, because I really enjoyed watching basketball the last 2 nights.
I noticed something about the games, the preseason games, is that they are real high scoring. I mean, they don't play any defense. For God's sake, the lowest scoring game involved the Dallas and San Antonio. But we won't talk about sports. But we'll talk about that on Saturday on our show. We got another caller. Let's see. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Jeremy at Bullhead.
Hey, Jeremy, what's going on?
Is this going on in the NFL too? Because how is the Kansas City Chiefs going to play a whole game and not get 1 penalty?
Because they're the Chiefs, man. No, I don't know if it's going on in the NFL. They haven't caught them yet. What do you think, Nick?
Man, yeah, no, I don't know. I just think they're just playing good football. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, right?
Well, they just fired some official that was calling the Auburn-Georgia game for something. I didn't catch what he did. Did you see what that was all about?
I did not.
If you go back and look at the highlights of that game, they did not get 1 penalty on.
Which game was that?
Obviously, I think it was the Detroit Lions game.
Was that in the playoffs last year?
No, it was this year.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago.
All right, yeah, because that would be Super Bowl. All right.
If you go back and look at the highlights, there was blatant holding calls they missed on the Chiefs 16 times.
All right, I'm taking it that you're a Detroit Lions fan. That's what I'm feeling.
No, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there's been those allegations against the Chiefs. This has been around before, especially with phantom holding calls or holding calls that they miss. So people see, that's another thing. People say they want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl because they got to have Mahomes. They got to have what's the girl's name? The girlfriend, Swiftie, Taylor Swift. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't think that's the case. Go ahead.
I got one more thing. I just want to let you guys know that the No Kings protest worked. We don't have a king.
There you go. We don't have a king, but we do have. There is a king in England, and our president was just over there talking to him. So, but yeah, we don't have a king. Hey, thanks a lot, Jeremy. Cool. So, you think the Chiefs are cheating, Nick?
No.
I don't either.
I think they're just coached well.
Yeah, and I think, speaking of them, and we can't talk about sports, but I think they're about ready to go on like a 7 or 8 game winning streak. But we'll talk about that on Saturday. This is sports related and politics related. I don't know if you saw this. Stephen A. Smith says Kyrie Irving was right about the COVID vaccine. Did you see that?
I did not.
Yep, Stephen A. Smith. Here he is. Let's see. I can play Stephen. He's got his glasses on. He's looking cool, man.
See who Kyrie Irving is? Kyrie's a good brother, man. Kyrie's a good brother. We used to butt heads because he missed work too damn much. And I'm like, yo, man, this brother's electrifying. I want to see his brother dancing on the basketball court. I don't want to hear no shit about no COVID vaccine.
Oh, man, come on.
The court. And he see you. Now, obviously, in hindsight, the brother
obviously he's talking to a black person.
Red Hook.
He's ramped it.
Red Hook.
He's ramped up the
jive
tone.
For foresight to see that. We didn't see that at the time. And then, but you also have to understand, I'm living in a world where You got cats making 38, 40, 45 million. You got GMs and owners complaining about it. And you got billionaires looking me in the face and saying, yo, Stephen A., I took that damn vaccine. Who the hell are they not to take the vaccine? And we're living in a country where the government was imposing all of that on us. So I'm sitting there going like this. You see?
So he's in a roundabout way in using language that a lot of people don't understand. He's saying that Kyrie was right about the vaccine, which we know that, right? We know that it was not safe and effective, and it killed people. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and continue on.
Attention all business owners. If you have been looking for a reliable cleaning service, stop searching. River Life Pros are the best in the industry. River Life Pros are a family-owned mother-daughter cleaning service revitalizing businesses from Needles to Laughlin. Licensed and bonded, Carrie Ann, Kylie, and Ashley will go the extra mile to make your enterprise sparkle. Make an appointment today with River Life Pros by calling 702-859-2480, 813-812-3097, or go to homecleaningmojaveValley.com.
Not only are people locally listening to K-Talks on AM radio, but people from all over the world are listening online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on a plethora of internet platforms.
Internet platforms? What's that?
Get KTOX on your iPhone, laptop, Droid, notebook, PC at home, even internet radio in your car. To find out how you can connect to KTOX, go to KTOX1340.com.
All right. So I guess we just can't get away from sports. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said Bad Bunny is a definite go for the halftime Super Bowl show. Goodell said he is taking a crash course in Spanish and will be in the front row during the concert. He said he is a bunny boy. So
that tells me expansion team in Mexico City.
You think, yeah, that obviously that's I've heard that is definitely the first place they would go internationally is Mexico City.
If you know, like China's playing the long game with us.
Yeah.
If the NFL is playing the long game, having a team in Mexico City, I'm not saying they're going to move a team there, but they'll start a team there. You know, this would be in the agenda, rolling out the biggest Spanish artist on the planet right now.
Yep. And,
you know, a year or two before we make the announcement.
So isn't Turning Point going to have an alternate halftime show? Have you heard that? Because that's what I heard.
Yeah, and I actually don't kind of agree with that. You know, that's just like dividing people. Like I listened to a band called Las Coronas. I don't know what the hell they're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's good. I like it. It bobs my head. I listen to Russian rap. It's really good. I like Russian rap a lot. I have no idea what they're saying, but the music's good.
What's the artist?
A little different.
What's one of the artists? Russian rap.
Oh, bro, I can't even tell you because of how it's written. I just have them like saved. I can send it to you. But it's.
I found it. But you can't read the. I mean, I can't read.
You can't read. I don't know what they're called. I want to say one might be called Gamora.
Oh, that's my dog's name.
Yeah, Gamora, Russian rap. I think that one will pop up maybe. Yeah. So there's all kinds of music. So and I do know that Bad Baby gets played in football locker rooms.
What's a Bad Baby?
Isn't that the guy that's
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Yeah, Bad Bunny.
Here's some Russian rap.
Ooh, that's bad Russian rap, man.
Yeah, I just picked the first one I saw. I didn't. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. That ain't good. So Bad Bunny. Going to be at
look up Gomorrah Russian rap.
Gomorrah, like Gomra? Gomorrah.
Gamora.
Gomorrah.
Yeah, Gomorrah Russian rap, and it says Shariza Metsny Russian rap. That dude's pretty good.
All right. Well, I don't know if that's what I was reading or what, but here's.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Sounds like a baby. Okay, there they are. 6 of them. Looks like they're in like some Russian hood in the ghetto. I wonder if these guys got a record deal and they tour.
Yeah. This guy's like a pretty big deal over there, I think.
Oh, well, hey, I mean, why not? I mean,
yeah. So I mean, I'm like, well, the Bad Bunny's gonna be up there. Throw some Russian rappers. You don't know what he's saying.
Right.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I usually, honestly, don't watch the halftime anyway. No matter who it is.
No, like I think I said before, like, you know, we always have like a Super Bowl thing. The guys, we go either outside or
smoke a cigar.
In the garage. Yeah, right. And the girls swarm the TV and they watch halftime.
That's what it's
for. And then they'll be like, halftime's over, and then we come out. You know what I mean?
That's what it's for. That's what it's for.
Yeah, yeah.
But most of the time, I'm not really into whoever they got anyway. So
yeah, and I think the ladies. I think he's kind on the eyes for the ladies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean, but he's a LGBTQ dude though. So, right? I mean, isn't he?
Yeah, I think a lot of the leftist women like that.
They like the homosexuals.
The Swifties, right? That's those are the women now that are paying attention.
That's all you see at her concerts, because I witnessed that myself of them coming out.
Yeah, so that's who's now eyes on the NFL.
Ah.
Right? So that's why I was wondering why the Raiders kicked that one dude to the curb that was kissing everybody in the shower.
They probably should have kept him. It would have brought the
I know they could have made. All of a sudden, his jersey starts selling a bunch. They're like, why? Why is Christian Wilkins' jerseys flying off the shelf? Because he's kissing dudes in the showers.
So Kim Kardashian receives shocking news after a brain scan. She doesn't have one. That is the actual. No, that's not it. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
She apparently has a brain aneurysm, and she's blaming Kanye for stressing her out. That's what it is.
Bro, look, could you imagine? Have you ever dated a crazy girl in your life?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like crazy.
Yep.
Now, amp that by 100.
And that would be
That's Kanye. That's what feeling like Kanye. I mean, and look, I think I like the dude. Like, I think I could sit down. But, bro, I don't think you could, because one of the biggest bands in the world, that The Antwerp, right? I told you to watch their documentary, the South American group. Kanye invited him over to the house.
Right.
And he goes in the studio and he's like, sweet, man, I'm going to make a song with Kanye and it's going to blow up. Nah, Kanye is just watching porn in the studio. And then he's like not saying anything. He's just watching porn. So it's making it like really awkward.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and he asks Ninja, who's the guy from South Africa, he goes, do you want some banana pudding? And it freaked Ninja out because he thought it was some kind of weird Hollywood ritualistic sex act or something, right? You know what I mean? And he's like, I don't know. And he goes, Kim made banana pudding. She makes a great banana pudding. And then they went downstairs. He fed him banana pudding. Kanye called some other rapper that was like, hey, come over, Ninja's here. And so that guy was like really excited to meet him. And he came over, they ate banana pudding, then they went back to the studio and he started watching porn again. And Ninja said he just kind of backed out of the studio and he washed the dishes because they just They just left him, you know?
Right.
And he washed the dishes
and he left
and put them by the sink, and he left. He was like, bro, that was something.
Well, why did he ask him over there in the first place?
Because he's like the biggest thing in the world, one of the biggest artists in the world.
And he just wanted to be around him?
Yeah, Kanye's like, yo, do you want to come out? And then Ninja, is like, he looks up to Kanye. He's like, yes, I want to go hang out with Kanye West. And I guess he'd never seen Kim Kardashian. But these dudes get weird, man. There's another him talking about when Drake had him over. And Drake was like, we're going to play some basketball. And Ninja's like, okay. And then Drake, like, opened up a closet, and there's, like, all the jerseys with matching shorts. And he made everybody put on, like, an NBA player's get-up.
Yeah.
And then they had to go out and play basketball. And he's like, a lot of these people didn't know how to play basketball. And I'm just like, this is, like, super dork stuff. Like, go play a game with your friends, but we're all going to dress up like Michael Jordan.
Is Drake the one that was he at the halftime, or was he the one that they were mad at, making fun of?
No, they were making fun of that he was attracted to
pedophile.
minors.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he is. I have no idea.
And I think he is, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I know Kanye's weird, but I can see the same thing with Kim Kardashian. She said, I mentioned this before, that if she had to eat a pile of shite every day to stay young, she'd do it.
Yeah, that's that Hollywood, L.A. crap, man. You know what I mean? Where it doesn't matter what's inside and how you are as a human.
Right. They got so much money, and they think it's just not fair that I got all this money and I got to get old. It's just not fair.
Well, yeah, and I think people in L.A. look down on old people.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the young, hip place. You don't want to live in L.A. if you're old. You kidding me? You want to live there when you're 20, 25.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then get the hell. If you haven't made it, it's time to get out.
Time to get out. All right, let's take our last break.
Attention all business owners. If you have been looking for a reliable cleaning service, stop searching. River Life Pros are the best in the industry. River Life Pros are a family-owned mother-daughter cleaning service revitalizing businesses from Needles to Laughlin. Licensed and bonded, Carrie Ann, Kylie, and Ashley will go the extra mile to make your enterprise sparkle. Make an appointment today with River Life Pros by calling 702-859-2480, 813-812-3097, or go to homecleaningmojaveValley.com. If you're new to the tri-state area, ask a local about Dandy Donuts and Deli. They are the Cadillac of donuts. They have more repeat customers than any other business. Is it because they make their donuts fresh every day? Is it because of the impeccable service and the attention to detail? It's all of the above, but the real test is when you bite into one of Dandy's variety of donuts, croissants, apple fritters, bars, and twists. They have iced and hot coffee, smoothies, and a breakfast and lunch menu just as good as their donuts. Dandy Donuts and Deli at 4630 Highway 95 in Fort Mojave. Open 7 days a week from 4 a.m. to 3 p.m. You will come back again and again.
All right, we're back. This is the afternoon drive-by. It's Thursday. We're talking with Nick, and there's a New York City restaurant, and it's called White Mexicans, which is like white and Mexican put together. I guess I don't know if they got white people's Mexican food, but. And the woke people are getting really pissed. They think it's racist. It's called White Mexicans. That's what it's called. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, there are white Mexicans.
There sure is.
People not know that?
Yeah. I mean, just go and look at any politician in Mexico. They're white.
Bro, I met somebody the other day, and I thought this dude was Mormon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, man, I'm Cuban. I'm like, whoa.
Wow. You know who is Mormon, right? Don't you? Jackson Dart. He's Mormon. Did you know that? He's from Utah.
Yeah, but he might be one of. Do they call him Jack Mormons?
I don't don't know. But it's when I read it sounds like
he ain't kicking the bed. If you know.
Well, no, I don't think he has to do.
Yeah, he went to Ole Miss for a reason.
Yeah. He transferred. So it's white Mexicans, woke online mob branded racist. Of course they did. Owners of a new Queens restaurant are telling angry neighbors and woke online critics who think the eatery's name is white Mexicans is racist. Chatter had plagued the Jackson Heights joint before it officially opened. I'm going to tell you, I mean, it's cool, and the people that run it are Mexican, okay? So, or I guess two of them are Mexican and the other one is white. It's New York City. I mean, it's gonna be more trouble than it's worth, I think.
Yeah, I bet the white dude handles the money.
It's a white girl. It's a white girl. It's a white girl.
Oh, white girl definitely handles the money, and the Mexican dudes are back there making them.
Well, it's the white girl, and then Mexican girl and a Mexican guy. So it's two girls and a guy. It says we knew it would cost
bomb food. I bet it's bomb.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Bomb food, yeah.
I bet it's just excellent. And if that's the case, I don't think they'll have a problem.
They just can't get the joke.
Well, they don't have any. They don't have a sense of humor, dude.
Yeah, there's a band that they have an album called White Trash, Two Hebes and a Bean. Because there's a white dude, poor white dude in it, and two Jew guys, and a Mexican dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the name of the album. And they haven't come for that band because that guy's doing the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, like, oh, don't look before what I said before, 1998,
Yeah.
Just look at me now. I have rainbow flags on all our amps.
Yeah, don't look at me when I was in blackface. Don't do that.
Yeah, for sure. Now he wears dresses on stage and has legitimate rainbow flags draped over the amp.
Well, I mean, Jimmy Kimmel, blackface, Karl Malone. That's what.
Yeah. Well, and he did other ones too.
Yeah.
He did Oprah.
Yeah, but that's okay though. See, he apologized and he at the altar of leftism. Hey, we're out of time.
All right.
We'll do this again tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Talk to you then, Nick, and I'll be right back.
KTOX and K281CR Needles.
If you're just turning on your radios,
this is K-Talks.
To bring you up to date on the news.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. An NBA coach and a player have been placed on leave following their arrests in separate gambling schemes.
The NBA says it's placing Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier on immediate leave after their Thursday arrests, along with more than 30 others in alleged sprawling gambling scheme. Billups was charged with participating in a conspiracy to fix high-stakes card games that were backed by La Cosa Nostra crime families. Rozier was accused in a second scheme to concoct fraudulent bets by exploiting confidential information about NBA athletes and teams. I'm Geffen Coolball.
The U.S. military has launched its ninth strike against an alleged drug-carrying vessel, killing 3 people in the waters of the eastern Pacific Ocean. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. actions are justified. Correspondent Donna Warder reports.
The U.S. has so far launched 9 strikes against alleged drug-carrying vessels in the Caribbean Sea and the eastern Pacific Ocean, and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is defending the Trump administration's actions.
This is an operation against narco-terrorists, as the Department of War characterizes them, the Al-Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere. These are well-funded, dangerous, violent drug cartels that operate as terrorists who are flooding our country with drugs.
The latest U.S. strike on Wednesday killed 3 people in the eastern Pacific Ocean. I'm Donna Warder.
The European Union has heaped more economic sanctions on Russia adding to President Trump's new punitive measures the previous day against the Russian oil industry. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 144 points, the Nasdaq rose 201, the S&P advanced 39. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you have an IRA or 401k, this is a message you really need to hear. In just the last 2 years, the price of 1 troy ounce of silver has more than doubled, and silver is now poised for major gains in the months ahead. Call Advantage Gold at 800-741-GOLD to learn how to convert a portion of your retirement assets into physical silver and position yourself for the next wave of growth in precious metals. It's not too late to leverage the power of silver to help secure your financial future. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-GOLD.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Wanties of Bullhead City is fall deals for you. Get a 2024 Dodge Hornet 72 months at 0 APR, or 84 months at 2.9 APR, or $14,758 off of MSRP. Swanty also has great deals on pickups, SUVs, and other vehicles. Swanty's will buy your car, any make or model, offering top dollar with less than 70,000 miles, no older than 7 years. Swanty's of Bullhead City, 2494 Highway 95 in Bullhead City.
You may think our brains deteriorate with age, but new research shows that as brains get older, they actually work more efficiently. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht, back with new research on how aging makes the mind sharper after this.
Your email is your business, but if it's spied on, hacked, or intercepted, it can fall into the wrong hands. The solution is encryption, a high-tech way to scramble your data so no one can read it. For years, only the technical elite could use this powerful tool until StartMail came along. StartMail not only lets you encrypt the email you send, it encrypts your entire account. Encryption. It's just one more way StartMail.com keeps you safe.
It's a widely held notion that the older people get, the more doddering they become. But new research shows that even as our brains age, they can actually become more efficient. Scientists asked 2 groups of volunteers, one aged 18 to 35 and the other 55 to 75, to associate different words with given topics. At one point, they told everyone they had made a mistake. When that happened, the younger group's brains lit up and they lost focus. But the older group's brains didn't even flinch and they stayed focused on solving the next task. The moral? There's something to be said for experience. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht for StartMail.com, reminding you to make the email switch today.
Route 66 Broadband is locally owned and operated company with a local attitude. What that means to you is better service. With internet service and digital TV in Needles, Golden Valley, Mojave Valley, and Golden Shore. Call Needles at 760-326-4190 and Golden Valley at 928-565-4190. Be sure to check out the website at Route66Broadband.com. It's all about reliable high-speed service and much more.
From the K-Talks AM 1340 and 92.9 FM Weather Center, I'm Charles Dixon. Clear sky and 85 degrees on Route 66 in Needles, and good afternoon to listeners in Oatman. Currently clear sky and 77 degrees for you. Getting down to 60 overnight tonight, Friday's high will be in the upper 80s, sky is clear. Temperatures in the upper 80s on Saturday. That's your K-Talks Tri-State weather. Brought to you by Route 66 Broadband.
KTOX. KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM. It's a big club. You have tuned in to the #1 radio show in the tri-state area.
How dare you?
The Afternoon Drive-By with Michael Hagwood.
Come on, man.
And now, here's Michael.
Yeah, here I is. All right, we're in the third hour of the Afternoon Drive-By on KTOX, and it is Thursday. We're getting toward the end of Rocktober, which means Well, actually, 8 days from Halloween. We're living Halloween every day now. But then 9 days until all hell breaks loose. AHBL. Because if the EBT cards are not loaded, then apparently we're going to have some really crazy stuff going on. 855-586-9134. 855-586-9134. Let's see if there's anything breaking. There usually is. Breaking. Biden Attorney General Merrick Garfinkel Garland and FBI Director Chris Wray personally approved opening of Arctic frost investigation into Trump. Well, okay, whatever. Yeah, you can say, put all that out there you want. If you're not going to arrest a son of a bitch, then it means nothing. What you see on most of these right-wing sites are, oh wow, J.D. Vance really told that CNN reporter. He really told her. Who cares? Okay, who cares? That's all you see. Pretty much is ridiculous tabloid things like that don't really matter. Democrat Virginia gubernatorial nominee Abigail Spanberger's latest word salad still doesn't clarify her position on biological males invading girls' sports and spaces. Again, who gives a rat's ass, okay? So we talked yesterday about euthanasia being the next big thing for kids following the transgender craze. Now it's euthanasia. A Fox digital investigation reveals opponents of euthanasia face a multi-million-dollar global lobby that could be called Assisted Suicide Incorporated, kind of like Murder Incorporated. A sprawling network changing laws worldwide, developing euthanasia services for funeral parlors, selling suicide pods, promoting suicide tourism, and even training doulas for death. The doulas for death. A doula, isn't that somebody that advises you on the Nomani's essay aptly titled Untold Damage, Global Assisted Suicide Movement Targets Children, is the latest high-profile story to expose the efforts of pro-death forces that want to expand euthanasia to minors. Again, not coal miners. As Nomani notes in her article, there is growing, quote, global lobby of groups who want to aggressively urge children to kill themselves. I didn't make this up. Who are these groups exactly? These groups have a presence on every continent, but are predominantly found in the West, which also faces alarmingly low birth rates. Yeah, I think we talked about this. They're in the United States. Really going strong in Canada. In Canada. That's what you have a lot there. Hello, you're on there.
Hey, Mike. You guys were talking about the FBI busting the guys in the sports for illegal gambling.
Right.
Why is the FBI even investigating this?
Well, that's what I said. There's a lot more things they need to be doing.
Yeah, what business is it of the governments to get into the inside workings of
because they're saying it involves the Italian mafia. That's why. That's what they're saying.
Okay, so who usually runs the sports books?
The mafia.
Yeah. So what? They're illegally gambling against themselves?
Well, here's the thing. They need something to take people's mind off wanting them to address the Epstein files and Charlie Kirk's assassination. They want that to go away.
The parallels here with the Roman bread and circus.
Oh, yeah.
Astounding.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what they're doing. and they always get away with it.
To me, that's exactly what pro sports has always been, and that's why I've refused to watch.
I used to like watching. It was a lot better in the 80s. Michael Jordan. It's just better basketball all the way around. But you're right. Now it's a bunch of prima donnas prancing around, and it's just.
Well, even before, I mean, let's say they were only making $2 million a year, and they'd go on strike and have these sob stories about how they weren't getting any money. You were making more money per year than most people at the time made in any 10 years.
Yeah, we've always had that problem in professional sports, yeah. You know that back in the 50s, and 60s, that Major League Baseball players had to have a second job, that they didn't make that much money, and they would have to work somewhere else in the off season doing whatever, just a regular job.
Too bad politicians aren't that way, huh?
Oh yeah, they steal money. It's not that they earn money; they steal money.
Oh yeah, they steal it. Yeah, I mean, I could almost get along with it if they were just getting their $175,000 and doing their job, but no.
How much of this $40 billion that we're giving to Argentina is going to find its way back into the pockets of American hedge fund managers? A lot of it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There ain't nothing, and we just stand by and watch it. Hey, thanks for the call. Thank you very much. So here it is: assisted suicide and euthanasia in pediatrics. Over the last several decades, many countries have legalized euthanasia and physician-assisted suicide for adult patients. The Netherlands was the first to legalize euthanasia for emancipated minors in 2002. More recently, the Netherlands, Belgium, and several other countries have expanded their euthanasia laws to include all minors. It's like whoever, if you're having a bad day, on the playground or whatever, and you just want to kill yourself. The American College of Pediatricians decries this trend and calls upon the medical profession in the United States to reject euthanasia and assisted suicide for minors and return to its pro-life Hippocratic roots to uphold the ancient medical ethics principle that first do no harm. It is the role of the physician to care for all patients, including terminally ill patients, with compassion and best available medical treatments. The intentional killing of human life is not health care. It violates the dignity of the human person and is always unethical. But it says the new laws to include all minors, all kids. I mean, that I guess that will include children that are not terminally ill. I mean, doesn't that that say to you? They're slipping this in on us. They're slipping this in. Hello, you're on the air.
So they weren't killing enough with the jabs.
They weren't killing enough with that. Abortion, wars. I mean, they need to up the ante a little bit. So now they're just gonna. They could, if they wanted to, which they might, they could release a bioweapon that would wipe out a lot of people.
Well, they're doing their darnest with all the particles and the food, the water.
Oh yeah. It's a slow kill, pretty much. Definitely, they're lowering the population bit by bit, and yeah, the vaccine, which is.
I wonder what particular kids they're going to go after. All the migrant kids.
Well, you know that they have been euthanizing a lot of people in Africa. That was the number one spot. That's where Bill Gates used to show up. Have you ever seen those videos of the trucks, Red Cross trucks showing up out in Africa, and the people knew what they were and they started running because they knew that it was.
Even in India, he's hated.
India too.
And,
yeah.
There was a bus in Bulgaria, and it showed a picture of Bill Gates, and Trump has no self-awareness to bring this guy into the White House.
I think he does. I think he knows what he's doing. I mean, I think it's. I mean, I'm not. I'm not going to say that he didn't realize, and I don't. He's totally aware of having Albert Bourla in there too. He knows what that means.
Wow. Well, on the gambling front, there's some good news. Steve Wynn is going maybe not bankrupt, but he's lost $10 billion. Hopefully, that'll happen to Miriam Adelson too. I mean, so she can stay out of. She's trying to affect the Thomas Massey race, right?
Well, yeah. For some reason, well, we know why, but Donald Trump and Mike Johnson are going hard after Thomas Massey and Rand Paul because they're not on board. They're actually halfway decent people that are actually America first, and so Trump he's going to primary both of them, right? Didn't he say?
He's trying, and Adelson, Miriam, born in Israel, is helping.
Yeah, here you go. Trump blasts Kentucky rhinos. They're not rhinos. Rand Paul and Thomas Massey in fiery post calls him a nasty little guy. He's not. They're not rhinos, for God's sake.
Nope. That's all he is. He's a. Yep, he was slandering Pat Buchanan when he was running years ago. Hitler, for actually looking back at history. I mean, the guy, I heard a guy calling yesterday. We got, if you don't fail to learn from history, you are doomed to repeat it, man. And World War II was a disaster. 60 million people died at least.
Yeah, it was, and mostly Russian. I think they had the biggest losses. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but the one thing about it was we never should have supported them. A lot of them were killed by the Bolsheviks. They were behind the lines, forcing them to fight, and they killed at least 1 million.
Well,
they wouldn't let them retreat.
That's what Patton said. One of the things we were fighting on the wrong side, and that's what got him killed, I guess.
Yeah, they destroyed Eastern Europe. It used to be rich. I've heard some experts talk about how there's certain countries in Eastern Europe used to be rich, and what this new Russia is Putin is just masquerading as a nationalist. He's using a nationalism and using Christianity as a front, but he's surrounded by cabal people.
Well, there's no way anybody can get as high as him in any of these countries without being a part of the ruling class, being a part of it.
Yep.
There's just no way.
He's always been a communist.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Lavrov is a 2%er from Armenia.
Oh, well, look at the Malou, whatever his name is, from Argentina. And that is so disgusting. And listening to Trump, berate that reporter about, the Argentina, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. We got to help them. I mean, come on, man. I mean, who do you think you're kidding? Where that $40 billion is going to go? We know where it's going to go. And then you got Scott Bessent, who is hooked in still with George Soros. And I guarantee you Soros is I'm surprised that Trump hasn't had him at the White House. I'm surprised.
He basically is.
Yeah.
That would totally give the game away, though.
And I don't think Trump is really enemies with the Clintons either. I don't think he is.
Nope. Did you see him at the wedding laughing it up?
Yeah.
Was it? Yep. It's all fake. All a show.
And
showbiz.
He gave her a standing ovation at his inauguration, Hillary Clinton. So yeah, it's all a joke, people. It's a farce. It's professional wrestling is what it is. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. That's what it is.
I'm definitely not.
Hey, did you see J.D. Vance went to Israel and he was kissing a rock or something? I don't know what he's doing. He's
It's a Roman wall. You know that?
Well, no, this was different. This was visits Church of Holy something in Jerusalem, accompanied by Armenian, Greek, and Latin. It's where Christ's body was anointed. That's it.
Well, the Israelis haven't destroyed that yet. We'll get there.
It's a remake. It's a. It's not even the real thing. I mean, come on.
Is it?
I don't know. I have no idea. But
yeah, I'll say this: the Muslims there, they protected some of them holy sites. And since Israel's been founded, what is it? The Bethlehem?
Yeah.
It went from 80% Christian to less than 10% now.
Yeah. Well, they're ethnically cleansing Christians everywhere. They are.
Yep. In Ukraine too. That is turning into a Holodomor 2.0. And now you look at Putin and Lavrov and Dugin, Alexander Dugin, who's Trump's or Putin's spiritual advisor. He's a 2%er and a cultist. Yep.
Exactly.
Not good.
And then here's a picture in the comments on this article of Obama, Trump, Clinton, the Pope. I don't know who the rest of these people are. Oh, the guy from England. All touching the wall. They're all serving the same master is what they're doing.
It's a Roman wall.
Yeah, that's all it is. From a Roman war. Yeah, that's what it is. It has nothing to do with...
Nope.
Hey, thanks for the call. Thank you for the call. Oh, well. And so we've got the child-assisted suicide, euthanasia, and pediatrics that's making itself known. We got that now. It's all about hurting children with the ruling class. Look what they did with the jab. With the jab, I can only call it the jab. I can't say anything else. We know the jab was not safe and effective. It killed and maimed people. And President Trump proudly took his jab. He took 2 jabs last week. Let that sink in. How can you overlook this? Because you have been brainwashed. Your mind just won't go there. Wow. Canada surrenders control of future health crises to the WHO with pandemic agreement. I think I just mentioned this earlier. Canada's top... they tried to sign us up to this. I don't know if you remember. And I think Biden was going to do it. Or I forget what happened. Canada's top constitutional freedom group warned that government officials have relinquished control over, quote, future health crises by accepting the terms of the World Health Organization's revised international health regulations. What it says is they can force you at gunpoint. No, not at gunpoint, but to take a vaccine. So all of this stuff, all these things, all this tyranny, all this control, the looting of your freedoms, we're just sitting here and taking it. We're just sitting here and taking it. Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, well, give them some credit. They got it half right.
Who?
The safe and effective people.
Oh, well, it is effective to do what they wanted it to do.
No. They got it half right because they said it's safe, ineffective. It's ineffective. They're correct. It's safe,
yeah. Well,
no,
if you say it like that, okay. Well, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. It was effective, for sure, but not in a positive way to help.
Are you saying they're committing a genocide?
I am. I'm saying it.
Oh man, not again. Now, shouldn't the people that run around screaming genocide, 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 Holocaust? Now, shouldn't they not commit genocide?
Isn't it funny? Isn't it ironic that the people that have a problem with, and rightly so, with what's going on in Gaza are the same ones that would roll up their sleeve, and take this jab, which is basically the same thing.
Which people are those, though? Which ones are you talking about?
Well, honestly, when it comes to taking the jab, you can't put a political label on one side. You can't do it because it's definitely most of the people on the left were more than willing to take all the jabs.
Oh, yeah, well,
but a lot of people on the right too. A lot of them on the right.
Well, they dumb. They dumb too.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like I said, the dumb people, they don't matter. Let them die. Let them die.
Well, cull the herd. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying cull the herd?
Yeah. Send them to Canada. Get them some help.
Yeah. Well, they'll let you off yourself in Canada right now if you want to.
Well, good. Send these people there so that they can do it as quickly as possible.
I don't know exactly how they do it. If it's like a lethal injection or something, probably it's what it is.
I think they give you some medicine in applesauce that kills you. Oh, speaking of that, that's what that Hippocratic Oath.
Yeah.
You know why they started that, right?
Way back, way back. Why did they start it?
Well, because I mean, physicians were high dollar people. There wasn't just anybody who could just like go to the doctor. A physician was special, and
right.
So the average ordinary person couldn't just bop down to their local physician. The physicians usually were often in the employ of rich people and kings and stuff like that.
Right.
And they made up this oath because the rich people and kings were using physicians to poison people.
Oh, poisoning the rich people? You think that they were offing each other?
Whoever you need to whack, dude, you just send them. Oh, you don't feel well. My physician's got something for you. You just you just take this every afternoon for the next 30 days, and you'll be fine.
But you're not fine. You're 6 feet under.
You're dead, yeah. And so physicians, they got tired of being tools and being used, and so they wrote this Hippocratic Oath that we ain't poisoning people no more.
Well, so that's why they came up with it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
and that's why so they're doing the same thing again. The physician, Dr. Physician Fauci, he ain't following. He didn't take no Hippocratic Oath, and so he's doing like they did in the old days, and he's poisoning you.
Absolutely, and he's not the only one. I mean, just think about during the scamdemic when they had a bounty on people in the hospitals. The government would pay.
And they also had physicians that had just a regular, clinic. You would go there. Since they depend on HMO, managed healthcare money.
Yeah.
The managed healthcare HMO was giving them, bounties. If you get 85% or whatever it is, 90% of your patients to be jabbed, then you get a $250,000 bonus.
Right.
If you get 70%, then you only get $150,000 bonus, and if you only get 60%, then you only get $75,000 bonus. They were paying them off to kill people.
Well, that's basically what they're doing now, and I've seen an interview with a pediatrician where he said that he gets more kids he can get vaccinated with all the all the vaccines, the more money he makes. So that's the vaccine, the jab. I'm not supposed to say that word. The jab is I think now is the biggest depopulation weapon they have. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, shut up, Mickey Flynn.
What do you say? I can't even see my oh, there it is. Okay, finally people are commenting. Mickey Flynn.
Yeah.
I don't see him anywhere.
Yeah.
I just see CW.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. I just want to say shut up, Mickey Flynn. That's all.
All right, so they're trying. I'm on YouTube now, and
I saw that. I'm your one subscriber. I'm the only guy. I'm the one subscriber.
Well, I don't have any subscribers. But
no, you do. I subscribe, so I'm your one subscriber.
Oh,
and you can be my one.
Well, how much money did you give me?
Nothing. It's free. It's YouTube. It's free. That's why they call it YouTube. I Jewed you out of it. It's free.
Oh. Well, I mean,
that's ironic.
Yesterday,
YouTube is actually headed up by Jews, so it is YouTube.
Yesterday, they muted my they canceled my stream because I was playing music. So it's
that's kind of hard to do. Cancel your stream. You're standing there, and
when you're finished, it's canceled. So
you try to cancel it right in the middle of it. That's you got to concentrate, dude.
They blocked it, and because of copyright infringements. So today I'm not playing any bumper music. Now I'm not getting blocked. So that's I guess that's what I got to do. Or
did you not play any bumper music today?
I did not. I played none.
Oh, cool. I kind of like it that way.
And you can get in more talking.
Yeah. Happy Chula Longhorn Day.
What's that?
I don't know. It's Chula Longhorn. Must be like long ears of corn with some chula sauce on it. Whatever that that bottle of chula sauce that you buy at the.
CW says I only have two. I have 2 subscribers here. I can't even tell where. It also says that it says please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being sent often enough, which can cause buffering. So I got all kinds of problems with my YouTube. I got to work out the bugs here.
Did World Rock's grandma really die from heartworm?
I don't know. Where did you see that at?
In your chat.
Okay. World Rock found it. He didn't say that. I don't see that anywhere.
It says it right there. It says Grandma always said, quote, live by the jabs, die by the jabs. She died from heartworm.
Oh, you must be looking at the you must be looking at the well, I don't know what you're looking at.
I'm looking at your freaking live chat on your freaking Rumble.
Well, I thought that's what I was looking at.
Well, I thought that's what I was looking at too. Don't you see? Like, I mean, all of them aren't from the whole day aren't there because I refreshed the Rumble and it redid the chat. Do you see 4 comments from Reverend Bill, starting with "Damn, Mike"?
I don't see any of it.
Oh, well,
now I can't find. I can't find it. This is really. This has messed me up. Let me say that.
Yeah, you messed up, dude. And so, how about happy 1956 Revolution Memorial Day?
Happy 1956 Revolution Memorial Day?
Yeah. Don't you celebrate?
No.
No. Well, sucks to be you. How about Bahai Douche? You celebrate that?
You call me a douche?
Yes. You celebrate it?
No, I don't. I don't celebrate douches.
Well, then how about Bahai Tika?
Bahai Tika. That sounds totally. Isn't that a religion called the Baha'i?
Well, it's related. It's from the same country area, yeah. Mm-hmm. Happy Liberation Day, again.
Well, for who?
Well, Libya, of course. It's Liberation Day, so it's in Libya. That's how that works.
All right, so I don't see who's on my chat line because I can't see it.
I don't know. I got to go back there. Who's on first? I see the same. I see the same as I saw before. I have to completely close Rumble.
Forget about it. Don't worry about it. All right.
Yeah, it ain't worth. Your chat ain't worth it anyway, man.
It ain't.
What else you talking about?
The $40 billion we're giving to bailing out Argentina and buying their beef while our beef farmers are suffering and they're pissed, and Trump just goes, well, I don't care, whatever.
Oh, by the way, nowadays the like Kenny said, that SNAP might have been started to help farmers, but nowadays it's actually helping the 2.4 percenters, and because most of that money goes to the corporations for processing the food, not to the farmers for growing it.
Right, but the point is that the SNAP program is 100% food stamps, and the EBT cards will not be loaded on November 1st if the government is still shut down, which be pissing off some people. It'd be pissing them off.
Right.
What do you think of that?
I think they'll probably come through. I don't think they'll do that because that will be holy hell to pay.
Yeah, they're just going to get as much out of it as they can right up to the end. And they'll but some of these people are really pissed. I've got, let's see. Wait a minute. No, I can play it off of my.
Culito Grande.
Check it out. Wait a minute, that ain't it.
Yeah, check it out, dude. I'm the Culito Grande.
That ain't it. And my phone's not working.
That ain't all.
Well, everything else is working.
What kind of phone? What phone you got anyway?
I've got a wait, here it is. I think.
Well, what phone is it?
It's a Samsung. Oh wait, here you go.
Now, what am I supposed to do? I used to get $740 a month for my 2 kids, and we're not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT. They saying I gotta work 20 hours a week. I'm not working for nobody. Get the out of here.
I went from having $1,100 EBT every month, and that was just with 4 children, to 0. Now, how the am I gonna feed my children?
How's she gonna feed her children, man? How's she gonna feed her children? Huh? You don't know?
She can feed it out her culito. Feed them out of her culito.
Oh my God! I mean, at first I thought this was people trolling. You know that it's not real. Nobody would.
Shouldn't it be culo grande? I mean, because culito, that means a little one, and then it's a grande. So that's like
big. That's a big one.
Yeah, a big little one. So that doesn't make sense. So.
I don't know, but I just and a lot of these people are saying that if they don't get their food stamps, they're going to put on their steel-toed boots and their helmet, and they're going into Walmart and they're walking out with carts full of food. That's what they said.
I hope they do.
And they said if anybody gets in their way, it'll be hell to pay for them.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it. There should be some nice fights to watch on.
Well, you need to go into the Walmart in Albuquerque and apply for a job and check it out.
No.
Hey, do you think your neighbors are on food stamps?
Of course. Like 70-some% of New Mexico is on food stamps.
Well, then you're going to have a problem. That's what I'm saying.
Well, for sure they are, because the chick. The daughter chick has been on disability since childhood, so of course she's on everything. She's on the whole work. So that's how it works. So you got illegal comes across the border, drops a couple kids, and you get to pay for the one of the two anyway for her entire life. From she's like 21 right now.
Yeah. So
from the time that she got disability as a child until she's dead. You're paying her, you know, on average $2,000 a month for however many years she lives. You know, like 60 years. How do you like that, taxpayer?
I don't like it. Hey, thank you, man. I got 3 more contestants waiting. You're on the air.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. I tried to comment on Rumble chat just now.
Uh-huh.
I got the message that I had been blocked by the creator.
I'm not the creator.
Is that you?
No, that's not me. I mean, I have nothing to do with. I have nothing to do with. I can't even find what I'm doing right now because I'm on YouTube, and now I can't find.
Well, it's a mess. It's a total mess.
All right, I will research it.
Just tell me who the creator is, and I will handle it.
All right, I'll check it out. Hey, thank you for the call. And you're on the air.
Those who are intended to benefit from the food stamp program are the farmers. So shouldn't we be hearing from the farmers on how they feel about it as opposed to the people who've been getting the food stamps that the farmers have been supplying the food for? That's a segment we never get to hear from. And nobody even talks about that portion of it. The whole program was to benefit the farmers. The funds come from
Yeah,
the
but that's not what it's all about now, though.
Well, that's whatever the media makes it about.
Well, what they have done is they're using this for the SNAP program, right? That's what that's what it's for.
Well, no, what it's for is to benefit the farmers, because that's the reason the Department of Agriculture hands out food stamps.
Well, because all these people will buy their food, right? That's it.
Yeah, the Department of Agriculture hands out food stamps so the farmers can get more business. More people will purchase what the farmers produce.
Right.
But we're not hearing from the farmers.
We're hearing from the farmers that they're pissed off about the trade practices and President Trump giving Argentina $40 billion, and we're buying their beef when our beef farmers are suffering. I mean, that's not right.
Well, they're not growing cows out in this area like they have been in the past. I know that.
Well, it doesn't matter if they're not doing it here. They're doing it somewhere in the United States. I mean,
well, not really. They're not doing it nearly as much as they used to.
But so you think these farmers are shouldn't be upset?
No, I think we should hear from them to find out what they think.
Well, we are hearing from them. They're speaking their piece. They feel betrayed. Hey, thanks for the call, Kenny. Trump screws American farmers to bail out Argentina. I've already played that. I got a little more on it if you want to hear it. It's from the same guy. On what's going on with Argentina.
The U.S., under President Trump, who, of course, has put forward this America First mandate, so invested in Argentina and its economy?
It's a real mystery to an awful
No, it ain't. It ain't.
Why would Trump be giving $40 billion to Argentina, which we don't do barely any trading with them? What? And this guy says, well, it's a mystery.
Is it?
It is not a mystery. I have the answer. Donald Trump originally he was going to give $20 billion to Argentina, and now it's $40 billion.
Actually, it's 60.
Oh, thank God.
It's kind of ironic because we put sanctions on socialist countries like Cuba and Venezuela to try to crush their economy. And then we have to give billions and billions of dollars to bail out what we consider to be libertarian capitalist economies. Isn't that weird? Or else they're going to completely just crumble. Wait a minute. I thought how that seems to be contradictory.
Doesn't make sense.
Socialism was the bad thing, and capitalism always wins, but it can't win without a bailout from the United States. And wait till you find out exactly why Donald Trump is giving this bailout. It will piss you off.
It should.
It has, yes.
Yes. So Trump Secretary Scott Bessent just doubled the bailout of Argentina's Javier Milei to $40 billion. U.S. taxpayers are paying heavily for the failures of a foreign con man who's decimated his country's currency, sold off its assets, and fronted for 3 massive meme coin rug pulls. This is really happening.
3?
Yes.
He did 3 rug pulls.
Yes.
That's more than Hawk Tuah, Jimmy.
Yes. U.S. could double the aid for Argentina to $40 billion, according to media. So let's listen to this media report.
There are media outlets reporting that Scott Bessent, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, has outlined financial aid to that country that would total $40 billion. For more, let's bring in Bloomberg's Mike McKee. Mike, from what we understand, are there conditions tied to this? Are there strings attached to up to $40 billion of aid from the United States to Argentina?
No. I'm just going to, spoiler alert, there's nothing. So this money is gone. So as soon as this $40 billion goes out the door, it's gone. We're never getting it back, ever. And Trump knows this. And so does everybody. If I know it, that means everybody. Because that's the whole point of this show. If I can figure it out, they know it. So let's hear what he says.
Well, the administration hasn't made a whole lot clear about any of this yet, Scarlett. We don't even know about the original $20 billion, whether it's a true swap line where they give us pesos and we lend them dollars and then we exchange them back eventually. And now Scott Bessent is talking about a $20 billion private fund made up of individual investors and, he says, sovereign wealth funds that would be interested in buying Argentine debt or making investments in Argentina.
So the first $20 billion comes directly from the U.S. Treasury. We print it. We send it to Argentina.
Argentina.
Why can't I say that name of that country today? Argentina. As opposed to sending, $20 billion to Detroit or to California or Texas or Florida or anywhere. We just send it to another country. Again,
that's cool. That's cool.
Forever. We don't send money to our own country to fix our country. We send money to other countries. Why? You're going to find out in a second. So the first $20 billion coming right from the U.S. government, meaning you. The second $20 billion is going to come from private investor, or like private banks and stuff like that, but only on the condition that the U.S. government backs it up, meaning when they don't get their money back, which they're not going to, the United States will then give those bankers the $20 billion that they gave Argentina.
We bail them out.
That's what's happening.
They won't bail you out.
We're going to get private funding for the second $20 billion. They're only going to get it because the United States government is going to give them their money back when that money goes down a sewer. Because that's exactly what's happening. So just so you know, so the United States is basically giving them $40 billion, not 20, but $40 billion. And so what this is on the off chance that Argentina pays back that $20 billion to those private investors, they get to keep the profits because they're not giving them the money for free. Of course, there's interest and all that stuff. So they have to pay that money back with interest. So they get profits from giving them that money, meaning the private banks. But if they lose, if Argentina doesn't pay back that money, which they're not going to, they also don't lose. How could that be? Because the United States government is going to give them that money. So this is how capitalism works if you're a super wealthy bank. You privatize all the gains, and you then socialize the losses, just like during the 2008 banking crash. They got to make all the money that they made through that scheme where they
loaning money to anybody.
Casinos. And then when the market crashed,
they got bailed out.
Didn't have to pay any of the losses. The government came in and gave them money. So they privatized. So this is just how crony capitalism works. This is end stage capitalism. What you're seeing is they privatize the profits and they socialize the losses. So you don't get to do that. If you make an investment, if you open up a hot dog stand and it crashes, the government doesn't give you the money that you lost. No, but it will if you're super rich bank, it will. And that's exactly what's happening here. Okay, back to this.
That's all we know at this point. And, of course, the idea of somebody spending $20 billion to buy bonds in Argentina, given Argentina's track record of paying it back, they already owe billions, tens of billions to the IMF, seems a little fanciful. So we're not exactly sure.
Yeah, the reason why they're willing to do that is because Trump said the government is going to give you that money that you're about to lose.
Right.
Because they have a $60 billion debt with the IMF, Argentina does. They're not paying that back. They're not paying this back. And why do you think Trump is doing this? Well, hang on.
Sure how all of this is going to work.
And I'm so glad you bring up Argentina's track record of paying back loans, or perhaps it's spotty track record here. Why is the U.S., under President Trump, who, of course, has put forward this America First mandate, so invested in Argentina and its economy?
It's a real mystery to an awful lot.
Why would Trump be giving $40 billion to Argentina, which we don't do barely any trading with them? What? And this guy says, well, it's a mystery.
Is it?
It is not a mystery. I have the answer. So I know more about this than Mr. Bloomberg does. But let's listen to the rest of his story.
Of people because
let's listen to the rest of his answer.
It's a real mystery to an awful lot of people because the Argentines have had a very bad track record, as you note, in paying back loans. They've defaulted any number of times, and there's some thought that they're not on the right path right now. They've got an election coming up, and if President Milei's party doesn't get a big enough vote in the legislative elections, then he's not going to be able to push through his reforms. And the president says, that, of course, then we're not going to give him any aid at all. That sent the peso back lower, and the U.S. intervened in currency markets again today, Scott Bessent said. But why? That's a really good question. A lot of Americans are asking that question, particularly farmers, because China's been buying Argentine soybeans instead of U.S. soybeans, and that's one of the reasons the soybean farmers are in trouble. So we don't really know. There's some speculation that
Argentina
is a lot of U.S. hedge fund managers who are friends with Scott Bessent
launder money,
bought up Argentine debt on the cheap, anticipating.
Oh, it turns out he does know. It turns out he does know why Trump is doing this, because there's lots of billionaire hedge fund managers that are friends with Scott Bessent. Remember, Scott Bessent was George Soros's right-hand man. Scott Bessent, Trump's Secretary of the Treasury, was George Soros's right-hand man, and it's a big club, and you
ain't in it. That's right.
You like to eat healthy and save money.
That is right. That's what it is. So there you go. Does that piss you off? Does that make you mad? It should, because it doesn't benefit anybody in the United States whatsoever. I just saw this yesterday. President Trump is thinking about banning mail-in ballots. Of course, I don't believe a word of it, but I don't think. I'm pretty sure he can't do that. It's either the states or Congress that they're the only people that can change elections. He wants to ban mail-in ballots in federal elections, a form of voting popular with many Americans. About 3 in 10 ballots were cast through the mail in 2024. I don't like it myself. Trump, a Republican, does not have clear legal authority to do this, though his allies in Congress and state governments could enact policies barring the practice. It says only states and the United States Congress can pass laws regulating elections. A unilateral ban by the president on mail-in ballots would likely exceed Trump's limited authority to enforce existing laws. So you take like the state of Arizona, where they have the legislature is controlled by the Republicans, and they've tried this. They've passed bills for same-day voting, for paper ballots, and the way they do it is they make sure they've got a Soros girl or boy as governor of these states, and in the case of Arizona, it is the hobgoblin Katie Hobbs, and all she has to do is veto it, and they just have to make sure that there's not enough Republicans to override the veto, and as long as they can do whatever they want. That's why we have in Arizona the Democrat governor, Secretary of State, and Attorney General. They can manipulate everything, including the elections. So that's how that works. Yes, and Ms. Hobbs is a Soros girl. He has contributed I don't know how many millions of dollars to her campaign. She also got money from the cartels. They call her Cartel Katie. So there's that. We just have one last break, so I guess I'll take it.
Attention all business owners. If you have been looking for a reliable cleaning service, stop searching. River Life Pros are the best in the industry. River Life Pros are a family-owned mother-daughter cleaning service revitalizing businesses from Needles to Laughlin. Licensed and bonded, Carrie Ann, Kylie, and Ashley will go the extra mile to make your enterprise sparkle. Make an appointment today with River Life Pros by calling 702-859-2480, 813-812-3097, or go to homecleaningmojavivalley.com.
Not only are people locally listening to K-Talks on AM radio, but people from all over the world are listening online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on a plethora of internet platforms.
Internet platforms? What's that?
Get KTOX on your iPhone, laptop, Droid, notebook, PC at home, even internet radio in your car. To find out how you can connect to KTOX, go to KTOX1340.com.
So we've got all this tyranny going on, and we have, as I mentioned, the euthanasia of children. Thousands protest in the UK. The government's plan to introduce mandatory digital IDs, which this is something that they want to bring here, which would you get that, then you get the digital currency, and then you're say 100% slave, end of story. That's it. That'll do it. They were protesting in London to voice their opposition to the UK government's plan to introduce mandatory digital IDs. Last Saturday, the protesters marched through central London carrying signs that read "No to digital IDs." If you accept digital ID today, you've accepted social credit tomorrow. That is true. So we're just headed down the path of communist China if all this passes. Well, it already has in the UK, which is very sad. That's my ancestors are in that part of the world. So digital ID. Oh, yeah, the United States, 8th and 9th alleged drug-carrying boats strikes, this time in the Pacific. So we're up to 9, quote-unquote, drug boats that we're blowing out of the water. There's some real stupid cartel members over there in Venezuela. They keep every time one blows up, they say, get the next one ready, load it up with drugs. Maybe they'll miss us. So it was stupid. I don't see any evidence that they're drug boats. Thank you for listening and watching on YouTube and Rumble. I'll be back tomorrow, which is Freaky Friday. So everybody have a nice Thursday evening.